Today's episode of What Happened When is brought to you by SaveCade.com. And Tony, I think you have outdone yourself. If you're listening to this and you haven't checked out SaveCade.com, you need to, not just because we'll be able to save some money, but this video is off the damn rails. It's SAVECADE. Tony, how in the world did you come up with this? This is proof that you take drugs.
Maybe used to. I don't know if I do anymore, but I do need to say that when I bring up SaveCade, there's a shot of me that looks awfully fat on there. I don't know how that came about. Maybe it's the way I look, but I do want to remind people that you can stop wrestling with debt, put your butt in the seat, fast and easy, no credit check to be a part of SaveCade.com, Conrad.
Well, and what's fun is, you know, the site even says Mortal Kombat all of your debt. No more hard way or easy way, brother. Maybe that old kitchen's gotta go. Maybe you're desperately out of time to pay your house off faster. Well, we want to let you know that you don't need good luck and credit. Your credit doesn't have to look as good as the Z-Man did. And you can own a house with no money down, which is coincidentally how much money Evan Courageous drew. You can make this fast and easy. It can even be the greatest night in the history of our great sport when you skip your next two house payments. And maybe you could even lower your monthly payments, which probably would have been helpful when WCW was taken over by Bill Watts and he cut your pay, right, Tony?
Yes. You can cut years off your loan, consolidate your debt, stop making the minimum payments. Believe you me, that will get you behind, and get a greater tax deduction, Conrad. It's all part of SaveCade.com. And what I love about it is you can own your own home with no money down.
My favorite thing about the thing though, is you fucking dancing and singing. I'm not making this up. Tony Schiavone dances and sings. You've got to see it. Even if you don't actually need a home loan or need to save money, you've got to see Tony singing and dancing at SaveCade.com. That's SAVECADE. NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Welcome to WHW Monday. Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Jim Crockett for Starrcade, 605 NWA, TV title, Cajun Omni, the Bunkhouse Stampede, Flair and Horseman, Garvin, Bogey, Magnum, Dusty, Express Tag Team, Turner, Bond, Mid-South Joint World Championship Wrestling.
Talking about the great years of World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and Jim Crockett Promotions.
Tony and Friends North they win, look, Schiavone's back again, World title split off, center stage, Bischoff, Disney, Hogan, and Nitro, New World Order, and The Crow, Thunder, Russo, Arquette Champ, Vinnie Mac, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh, lowest rules can't pass. This wasn't the initial plan, Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a chant, Tommy, you come over here.
What happened when?
WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? Monday on the MLW Radio Network. Of course, it's Monday if you're listening on Patreon. Otherwise, it's Wednesday, and we're still glad you're with us. Isn't that right, Tony Schiavone?
You know, Conrad, I hate to say this because it makes me seem old, but I guess I am old, right?
Yeah, you're super old.
Can you believe it's almost the end of the year already?
I can. Time flies, especially when you're having fun with your buddy.
Yeah, and you and I are getting close to our second year of doing this. 2 years.
Did you think you'd make it this long?
But I didn't think I'd be alive at this age, so hell no, I did not. But anyway, it's great, and we're having a great time. And not only that, we had so much fun in Charlotte a couple of weeks back that we are going, as everybody probably knows by now, to Atlanta. How about that? To the Laughing Skull Lounge, and we're going to be live again because I guess, Conrad, you and I were just a big fucking hit in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And as if that wasn't enough, we're not just doing another show. We're doing it in the home of World Championship Wrestling, Atlanta, GA. It's pretty awesome, man. I'm excited about going to Atlanta with you.
I'm excited about going too. And look, I'm going to be very honest with you. And it's what I've been telling everybody I've talked to. I say, Conrad wanted this show because number one, there's going to be a lot of people in Atlanta that weekend for the SEC championship game. And number two, he just would love for 2 straight hours if Bama wins to stick it up my ass. And that's why he booked it. So there you go. I get it. I understand.
Did you say if Bama wins right there? I feel like you said if.
Yeah, I did say if Bama wins because.
Hey, motherfucker. Here's a spoiler for you. Alabama already won. You just don't know it yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is like Back to the Future version of this, of our podcast.
I'm a fat Nostradamus. I'm just telling you right now. It's not a prediction, as Paul Heyman says. It's a spoiler. Come join Tony and I. It's going to be fun. What happened when live? VIP's already sold out, Tony. All we've got left is general admission, and we're going to sell out there too, because this is a small room and it's the only room that we could get in Atlanta on such short notice. And we have got great partners with the Laughing Skull. You've probably seen some of your favorite comedians there. It's an intimate setting. We're going to make you laugh. You're going to have a good time. And it's an afternoon show. So if you're coming into Atlanta for the SEC championship, maybe you're a Tide fan or an SEC fan, or maybe you just want to see the Bulldogs die, you can do all of that. And then the next day, Tony is going to talk about my father-in-law's penis. Come join us. WhatHappenedWhenLive.com is where you can pick up your tickets. And this is going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. WhatHappenedWhen.com. WhatHappenedWhenLive.com. WhatHappenedWhenLive.com is where you get tickets. I think we need to say here, Conrad, that I've had a lot of requests from our low-key big hogs and everybody, who's or glass bottom boat riders that want to come. Because it's such a small venue, you're going to have to use your tickets for another time, and you won't be able to use them for this one.
Yeah, I do want to mention, though, we are going to make a trip back into Atlanta on March. We're going to do our big Patreon get-together. So if you haven't already, go check us out on Patreon. Find out about all the benefits, all the cool things that we're doing there at patreon.com/WHW Monday. It's time to talk about why we're here. ECW's November to Remember 1997 is what won the poll this week, and I am fired up about it. My favorite year with my favorite promotion. Tony, let's count it down.
Let's go to LoisRules.com.
Go right ahead.
3, 2, 1, play.
ECW! ECW! I'm excited, man. I love watching ECW with you.
Well, this is from the Golden Dome in Monica, Pennsylvania. Take a look at how the fans reacted. You know, the ECW was very fan friendly, wasn't it?
Oh, it's the best, man. I just miss it.
Yeah, it just Joey Styles looking sharp, had that attitude in the middle of the ring. Yeah, I'll go back and I think about this. This was a great way to start a pay-per-view. Put your guy right in the middle of the ring. Talk to him. Get him fired up. Not your ring announcer counting everybody down. Get your guy in the middle of the ring.
Without question.
Paul. Hey, I've heard that before. It just goes to show me that Paul Heyman really knew what the fuck he was doing, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, he did. I don't understand why he's not running wrestling somewhere now.
Well, because he didn't make any money with this. I mean, it was a great passion, but in the end, ECW was a money loser. I love these opens right here, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like you should watch this back with the sound because it really does make all the difference.
Yeah. I like the way this Chiron or this video font, if you would, just kind of moves and pulsates. And this is a hell of an open, man. This is an absolutely hell of an open. God, I mean, Powder and the Dudleys and of course, what would it be? That's the Sandman. He hit himself in the fucking head. God, just, oh God. And of course, you know, this is all building up to the main event with Bam Bam Bigelow and Shane Douglas. And of course, the reason I'm watching this is with our good buddy, our close friend, the girl that I'm absolutely in love with, Francine, who, by the way, I sent her a note. We talked.
Can I guess what the note was?
Yeah.
Well, there was a sign in the crowd a minute ago that said Francine 469 with a question at the end. And I just assumed since you're on that Blue Chew that maybe that's what the message was.
Well, no, that's not it. But I did say, listen, Francine, she had requested that we would look at the entire 1997 year. She thought it was a great year, just like you did. And I said, when you listen to this podcast and I say something that is kind of lusty towards you, remember it's all in fun. And she said, oh, of course, absolutely. I love the way you guys talk about our stuff. I said, yeah, buddy, you got some good stuff. Oh, look at this. He was in ECW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's thinking the same thing as he's walking in the ring.
What? I'm in ECW?
Yeah.
Well, this is unlike Tommy Rogers that I remember come bopping in, with his shirt off and the bow tie and smiling and giving the fans high fives. And look at this. He's serious. And is he a heel here?
This is one of the first times that we had seen him in ECW. He was always used in this type of role. They knew, I think, the first match on the card gets a bad rap amongst smart fans. I feel like a lot of smart fans, quote unquote, smart fans, call this the curtain jerker position and just sort of dump on whoever's out there first. But in a pay-per-view or a live television tape, whatever, it's a big job to be the first guy through the curtain. You're sort of setting the pace and the tone for the whole evening, are you not?
Well, that's what the bookers with WCW, the booking committee, if I can use that bullshit term, would always say, let's open up with something hot. Let's open up with something good. Let's open up with that's why we always had luchadors, right? To open things.
Right.
The fuck. Although I can say my appreciation for Lucha Libre has increased since I've been working for Major League Wrestling, MLW, because I'm seeing what they are now, not what they were back then. So,
unfortunately, both of these guys are no longer with us, both Chris Candido and Tommy Rogers. And Candido here, as a reminder, is a part of a faction, sort of, for lack of a better phrase, ECW's Four Horsemen. They're the triple threat. And the leader is Shane Douglas, and the other two members are Bam Bam Bigelow and Chris Candido. And now all of a sudden, Bam Bam Bigelow has found himself in a spot where he is the world champion. And that's created some dissension within the ranks, of course. If you think back to an old Horseman angle, and Sting wanted to be world champion, his ass was out of the Horseman. Sort of the same deal here. You'll see the Roman numeral 3 inside of what looks like a Superman's shield there, tattooed on Candido's left arm. That's for the triple threat.
Where's, excuse my ignorance here, but obviously Sonny or Tammy is not in ECW here at this time.
Correct. She's probably in the back, blowing some of the guys or something. But no, I don't mean that ugly. That was
that was
yeah. She's not allowed to appear on camera here just yet. I don't believe.
Okay.
She's still under contract with WWE. They haven't cut her loose yet.
And under the table. Now back to the corner. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Interesting that as this match develops here, this is not going to be an ECW type match. And what I mean by that is,
what do you mean?
No tables, no chairs, no gimmicks, just wrestling.
Not every match had that.
And that it shouldn't have that. You see, it shouldn't have. It should build up to the violence. So again, Paul Heyman, we need to get his ass on the phone. If Vince will let him talk to us and say, Paul, why don't you run wrestling again? You know what the fuck you were doing?
Well, because he's making a shit pile of money just coming out and doing the promo once a week.
For Brock Lesnar. Yeah, absolutely is. Well, there you go. I just think great minds in wrestling ought to still be in wrestling. I mean,
then why did you leave?
Because I'm not a great wrestling mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and because Tony Schiavone did, right?
You Schiavone did, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Fuck. I thought I would lead you in with that because I knew I was going to side headlock takeover, my God. Head scissor, side headlock, head scissor, and there, get out of it. Side headlock, head scissor, do it again 3 times in a row. Oh yeah. That's a pretty good spot right there. side headlock, head scissor, and then bump chest and look at each other and talk about, hey.
Can I just tell you how excited I am about you calling wrestling? Makes me happy.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're the culprit. Oh.
What did I do?
You got me back into this fucking sport is what you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got me back into it, man. December of 2016, fuck, I wasn't going to do this shit again. And then here come Conrad Thompson back into my fucking life. And now, shit, 2 years later, I'm talking about fucking I'm talking about women. I'm talking about my miserable wife. I'm talking about wrestling. I'm talking about MLW. I'm talking about Blue Chew. And I'm watching ECW for the first time. Now, of course, not the first time we've done an ECW event here on What Happened When, but this is the first year I watched an ECW show, and I'm fucking loving it.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, and every time we get ready to do an ECW show, the fans just go, oh, you're going to do ECW. And I don't understand why it didn't last. I don't. The fans loved it. They were into it. But I guess maybe it was just look at that enziguri kick. It's just a kind of a small sample size, right? I mean, they didn't have enough people that would sustain it. By the way, there's here's somewhere, I don't know where he would be, but the cameraman Charlie, who's a longtime ECW cameraman, who is also now with us in Major League Wrestling. Charlie, good guy. He's seen it all, man. I love these signs. Who is that? Eric Bischoff is gay. Is that what that sign said? Yeah.
I have good authority. That's not true.
Yeah, I don't think it's true either. But, wow, Tommy could do some shit. Yeah, right. Yeah, to the nuts. Nothing like a nut shot. Boy, Candido was tremendous. When did Candido pass away? Do you know off the top of your head what year that was?
I think it was 05.
05, and then Tommy Rogers a little bit later, right?
Yeah, Tommy Rogers just a couple years ago. Yeah, Candido passed away April 28th, 2005.
God.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
And Tommy passed away in June of 2015.
Jesus. That's just terrible.
Tommy was 54 when he passed away, but Chris Candido, I mean, he's only 33.
And let's tip of the cap to Chris Candido, because he was banging Tammy when she looks tremendous, right?
He got a blood clot, and that was what a lot of people assumed is the reason that he passed away. But a couple years back, his brother said that it was actually acute pneumonia, which is pretty crazy to think about, that we lost Candido because of pneumonia.
Good God. Well, take a look at what we're seeing here. And not only that, go back and think about the history of our great sport, and think about how these guys performed and what they did and the travel schedule they had and the shit they put their body through. It wasn't a healthy lifestyle. It really wasn't. And these guys would go from town to town. I don't know how much the travel schedule worked in ECW back then, but I'm just thinking about back in the day. They would go from town to town. They would drive overnight. They would try to get up and get a workout in. They would eat whatever they could eat to get to the arena. And so, I can imagine. We always think that when a wrestler passes away, it was drug related or steroid related or something like that. I think they're just a lot of times just bodies wear down because of what you put your body through.
It's crazy to think about. I mean, a guy in this peak physical condition at just 33 years old, pneumonia.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame, but they're pretty much tearing it up here. It's a hell of a match. I mean, we saw that. Look at that. Wow. What would you call that? That would be a Frankensteiner, maybe, I guess.
Well, do the old Vince McMahon. What a maneuver.
Do you know when I say maneuver on MLW, Court Bauer doesn't like me to say that.
What does Court like? It's a shorter list.
I don't know what he likes. He'll produce us at, he'll listen, when you're running the company and you're trying to produce your announcers at the same time, it's kind of difficult to do. I would imagine.
I'm not jealous of his job at all.
No, man, me neither. Well, look at that. Howard Slam. By the way, MLW in December is coming back to, or is going to Miami. We're 2 days of TV taping, so we'll be doing that again. We were just in Chicago. We were in Chicago, by the way, at Cicero. And Cicero is where those motherfuckers left me back in the 80s. And I went to a diner to call in my radio show at a payphone. And all of a sudden I hang up and I go outside and the car is gone. And they had headed back to Chicago. And thank God for Bruce MacArthur, the general, who said, Schiavone's not here. Where is he? And of course, all those drunk fucking horsemen said, I thought he was here. And they did a U-turn and came back and got me about 20 minutes later. I just thought I would throw that memory out there. Meanwhile, these guys are really tearing it up. Hey, also coming up, a guy who I have tremendous respect for, and I'll be talking about it when he is in the ring because I've really gotten to know him. But like, oh, look at that. And that's Tommy Dreamer, who I just absolutely fucking love.
Without question.
Do I say that a lot?
Without question.
There's another term that I use a lot too. And it's fuck you.
Oh yeah.
No,
I had a feeling that was coming.
No, there's another term that I use too. And my son, Chris, told me, I say this a lot when we're on, doing football. And the term is, see what I'm saying?
Yep. You do that a lot. That's a good call.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Okay. I didn't know that. Everybody has their go-to thing. Wow.
My favorite is, whatchamacallits, Terry Funk. He says, I'll go ahead and the way he says, go ahead, he uses it like a comma, just go ahead.
Hey, what is Terry doing now? Does anybody know?
He's being old.
Well, I know he's being old and probably being crippled, if I can use that term.
No, you can't. You're not allowed to use that term.
Okay. And whoa, what? Holy shit. What a superplex.
Holy shit.
These kids are kicking their ass, man. Anyway, how come when we go out and we do things like, and look, I'm not going to be at WrestleCade, but I've been to, WrestleCon. I've been to some autograph signings. How come we don't see Terry Funk?
He's not in the best health.
Okay.
I don't need to say what's wrong with him. I don't know that he wants it out there, but he,
well, it's got to go back to what we were talking about earlier, the shit that these people put their bodies through. Good God.
He's old.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember recently, it may not have been the last, I think it was the last NFL Hall of Fame induction ceremonies where Mick Tingelhoff, who was the longtime center for the Minnesota Vikings, was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And he walked up and he can't even talk now because he's in such bad health. And Fran Tarkenton had to talk for him. Look at that Frankensteiner off the top. Cover him. 1, 2, whoa. So, I mean, the old NFL players are beaten up and God, and these guys are too. So I get it. Anyway, I don't think you can do an ECW event without thinking about Terry Funk.
Without question.
Would you stop that?
Okay.
Oh, into a sit-down power bomb. Conrad, this hell of a match. What the fuck? Oh, it's Lance Storm. It's Lance Storm with that blonde rat tail. Oh, wow.
A rat tail caught you off guard, didn't it?
It did. I didn't know who it was until. All right.
It's a different
you see,
time.
Okay. I get it. It's an angle, but why can't you have a clean finish in your first match?
Who says this won't be a clean finish?
What?
That's allowed.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Let me tell you. There you go.
Okay.
Now are you figuring it out?
Yeah.
Your singles match is now a tag match, you some bitch.
Okay. They can do that, right?
Well, yeah, why would they? It's ECW. It's Chris Candido and Lance Storm taking on Jerry Lynn and Tommy Rogers. And this is going to win your best match of the night poll in the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Hey, guess what?
Without question.
Thank you very much. Is that a shirt yet at lowestrules.com?
I feel like it should be.
Yeah, it should be. And by the way, I'm seeing the shirts all around, and anybody who buys a shirt, please be patient with me. I'm making phone calls and getting to you as best I can. I've seen on social media where someone would say, "When's Schiavone going to call me?" I promise you it'll happen. I promise you it will. Unless, of course, something happens in my life to where Lois kills me or something, or,
So wait, hang on. If Lois kills you, people don't get their phone call?
Well, she'll probably end up.
Get together, Schiavone. My God, even in death, you're Schiavoneing. Just giving up on making these phone calls.
No, hang on, motherfucker. I'll call from the great beyond. As a matter of fact, when we have our wrestling seance coming up, whenever you have
Starrcast 2.
Yeah, I was. What got me was the referee having a microphone. That's pretty fucking cool. So the referee just said, "What? We're making it a tag team match?"
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Why are you anti-referees with microphones?
No, I'm not an anti-referee microphone. It just surprised me that he would pick up the microphone and say that. We never did that. We were stupid. We never did that. But without question, they're doing it here. Look at, oh wow. How about that? Double power bomb, cover him in a double axe handle. Tommy Rogers, Lance Storm, Chris Candido, Jerry Lynn going at it in our first event here on November 2. Remember, watch out, roll up. Oh, got a little ass shot there. 1, 2, 3. Or did he get it? No, 2 count. Wow, even had me fooled that time. Oh, man, these kids are fucking tearing it up. You see, this, to me...
I'm really glad that Lance Storm and Jerry Lynn are in there. So, we've got 2 alive members here of the match now with their zombie partners.
Wow. How about a missile drop kick? Wow, another false finish. God, these fucking guys could fucking go. Wow. Can you imagine somewhere in the backstage area at this time of the night? This show lasted, 2.5 hours? Somewhere in the backstage area. I'm going to really creep you out now. Francine is getting dressed.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm just thinking out loud here. Oh, look at that crossbody. 1, 2. Wow. Pretty soon, someone's not going to be able to kick out. Look at the fans even standing up for this. They're into this shit too. Hey, this not only had to be voted as, I'm going to go on a limb here. This not only was voted by the fans as the best match on the card, this got to be one of the best matches of the year. I'm serious. How can you get better than all the spots and the false finishes, what they're doing? And fuck. That's there, man. So when ECW was bought by Vince McMahon, eventually he just phased that shit out too, right? I mean, just like he did WCW.
Without question.
Just look at this. What the fuck are they?
They were bankrupt, and he bought them out of bankruptcy court.
Just come on to daddy. I'll make money off of your. Good God, what do they call that move?
Christian called it an unprettier.
Oh,
I'm being serious. It was a hell of a move, was it not?
I can't imagine how you could take that move on a regular basis. Look at Lance Storm doing a hell of a job of selling that move. Oh, one and a two and a fisherman suplex, and they got the win with that.
So Tommy Rogers injured his neck early on in this match.
Okay.
Just as a heads up. This match, by the way, in the Observer got 2 3/4 stars, which I feel like is way underrated. And even though we like to talk about, guys' ages a lot here on the show, Tommy Rogers is only 36 here.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
2 3/4 stars for this match.
Yeah.
What the fuck didn't he like about it?
He said it was sloppy spots, but a good opener.
Sloppy spots. Fuck. Wasn't anything sloppy about it at all. So why not get a sign from the fans? Candido, showstopper. Look at it. Oh, God. Francine 469.
Question mark?
Question mark?
You see, whenever you see a question mark like that, you got to raise the volume at the end. Like,
okay.
Francine 469?
Oh, yeah, you got to go up.
Yeah. So here's Stone Cold Steve Austin with hair.
Wow.
Of course, at the time, he's the hottest act, here in November 97. He's what everybody's talking about in wrestling. So they're trying to show you, hey, Mikey Whipwreck beat him. And here we see Just Incredible, the former Aldo Montoya in the WWF, delivering a spinning tombstone piledriver to the great Sasuke. Who, by the way, I think is going to be working Joey Janela's show.
Sasuke?
Yep.
Sasuke.
As a hillbilly from Alabama, I thought it was Sasuke. It's not.
Sasuke. And Liz, Francine coming through yet? Nope, not yet.
Just Incredible.
Yeah.
With his man, Jason. And there's Ronnie Lang, our old security guard from Starrcast. So Justin here would say, that's not just the coolest. That's not just the best. That's just incredible.
Incredible. I like the shirt. Piss and moan.
Yeah. I feel like we need that for Lois.
I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Lois, we got the shirt for you. It says piss and moan. Piss and moan. Oh, boy.
This guy tucks his t-shirts in. So we got to let Eric Bischoff know.
Yeah. Who would ever do shit like that?
What do? You tucked your shirt in Charlotte.
Well, I'd like to show off my midsection now. I used to not, but I do now.
And here comes Mikey Whipwreck.
Yeah. Mikey could do some stuff, man. When he first appeared in WCW, I was thinking, man, this kid can go. And of course, now let's call it like it is. I was completely unfamiliar back at this time. And even towards like 1998, 99, 2000, our last couple of years, when we had the influx of all these ECW guys,
right?
I didn't know any of them. Didn't know any of them because I completely ignored it. And, which probably was, thinking in hindsight, I probably should have watched all the other stuff. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I really should have. It would probably made my work a lot better, I think. Of course, when Mikey Whipwreck would show up in WCW, they would not want me to say, well, he was quite a performer in ECW. But still, it would have helped out my career. So I get it. Meltzer, fierce killer. Did you see that sign? We should book those fuckers. The Piss and Moan Club. I got to meet Just Incredible. I think I've told that story in Allentown, Pennsylvania, at Bud Carson's when Bud had his shop, and it was me and Mikey Whipwreck and who else was it? 2 other guys. I'll think of them in a minute. I'm old. It was George the Animal Steel. What the fuck? And one of the Samoans. So anyway, so I got to meet Just Incredible, and you know, everybody who's in the business, even today, loves the business. You realize how many guys in the wrestling business, when I go to MLW, and one of the first things they say is, "Hey, love the podcasts, love what you and Conrad are doing." I'm talking about not fans. I'm talking about performers. They just, you know, they listen to our shit, man. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, without question.
So Mikey Whipwreck,
Two.
Just
Whoa.
Incredible, Hurricane Rana on the floor, pulling out all the stops here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, without question. I'm tired of saying, oh, look at that in the background. There's a table already set up. Why not? Throw spike here. I like that target sign. I never went to, is this Monica, Pennsylvania, the Golden Dome?
That's right.
Yeah, we never had an event there.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, we could have had it there. I mean, we went to other smaller venues. This could have been a great venue for WCW Saturday night, because, you know, back by this time, you know, everybody in World Championship Wrestling would say, "Oh God, we've got to do a WCW Saturday night taping. Let's send out Tony Schiavone, Jimmy Hart, and Arn Anderson and run the fucking show," because nobody else wanted to fucking do it.
That's awesome.
This would have been great to have it. A great venue for it. Wow. How come we're not seeing any blood yet? I want to see some blood.
You can't do that in the opening match. What do you do from there?
Well, I know, but I want to see some blood. That's back when I was watching wrestling, when I was a wrestling fan, you would never see blood in the spot shows. They would come to the Harrisonburg High School gym, or they would come to the Augusta Expo, and they would have matches. And then sometimes they would have like Ric Flair on top, right? Or Ricky Steamboat or Wahoo McDaniel on top, but you wouldn't see blood. But then you would go to the Greensboro Coliseum, where it would sell out, or the Roanoke Civic Center, and there'd be blood. And we would go, "We saw blood," and we'd stand up and we'd cheer. And that was my life. And I was in high school and college back then. How many ECW shows did you attend? You went to a number of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to all of them in Alabama. So I would say probably 5 in Alabama and 2 in Atlanta, 1 in Dalton, and 1 in Philadelphia.
Wow. Dalton, Georgia.
Yeah, they ran a house show there.
Did you ever come to any of our TV tapings in Dalton, Georgia?
Nope.
That we had? You didn't like us at all, huh?
No, I saw you all the time in like Huntsville and Atlanta and Nashville. I mean, I just didn't come to Dalton. You guys did like WCW Saturday night, and I didn't need to see any more Hector Guerrero matches. I was good. What?
You saying we had too many Hector Guerrero matches?
Well, I mean, fucking Lasertron was over, man. I get it.
Have we done a show with Lasertron on it yet?
No.
Oh God. That's back in the day. I also like how the referees have their own look, right? Red and black striped shirt. You know, they had powder blue in the WWF at that time. We had the striped shirts. I guess we had the powder blue. We kind of changed things around. I don't know.
That's referee Jim Molyneux counting 3 there. He's a listener to the podcast, and Mikey Whipwreck is a listener here, and he's just started his own podcast with Jerry Lynn, who was out in the first match. You should check him out. And I'm not sure if Just Incredible's documentary is out. I know that he was working on a documentary earlier this year and late last year about his trials and tribulations with drug abuse. And, I know he ran afoul with the law, and his wife got sick, and there was just a lot bad stuff happened in his life earlier this year. And I'm not sure if the documentary got released or not.
There's been a number of wrestling documentaries that have been out there that I was very surprised about. There's a documentary out there. I don't know if you've seen it or not about Magnum TA.
Have
great. You seen?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. He actually visits the site where he had his wreck. And Magnum was at NWA 70. God, I just love that guy. Holy shit.
What's your favorite? This is a weird thing, but you think Magnum TA would have fit in ECW? I mean, he was a brawler. He was blood and guts when he needed to be.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Anybody could have fit in WCW if they were. Yeah, absolutely.
I said ECW. You said WCW.
Oh, ECW.
Yeah, I was going to say anybody could fit in WCW. You guys found a spot for Virgil.
Well, touche, motherfucker.
Can you imagine? They're sitting around. God damn it. We got to beat Raw this week. What can we do? We've got to have a special attraction for Nitro. We got all the luchadors. We got Hoovy and Ray opening up. What we need something else. We need something for that crossover hour. What can we put out? Who can we get? What can we do? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't y'all get that guy that used to stand behind Ted DiBiase and count money? But Ted DiBiase's not counting money here. It don't matter. He can just stand in the background again. That'll get him hanging from the rafters. Mike, what are you doing this Monday? Do you think you could get down to Poughkeepsie? We may have a spot for you. No, you don't need your folding table. Now, Mike, I can sweeten the deal a little bit if I tell you that we're right across the street from an Olive Garden. No, I don't have it in the budget to give you Hulk Hogan fuck money. I'm sorry, but here's what I can do for you. I can pay you a can of Hormel chili and an unsigned birthday card. You're in? All right. This is a man who understands the value of an unsigned birthday card. You see, the genius is you can give it to anybody over and over and over. It really is the gift that keeps on giving. Seriously, y'all brought him in and paid him $100,000 a year to just stand in the background. And here's a guy who didn't stand in the background, Mikey Whipwreck. And I know you weren't keeping up with it, but this is just Incredible's first loss in ECW. He's been beating everybody and nobody has rolled him up yet. And Mikey Whipwreck with his version of the Stone Cold Stunner, which I believe is called the Whippersnapper, gets the pin.
You know what? They're 2 for 2. They are absolutely. How many stars did this match get? They are absolutely 2 for 2 here. If the last one got 2 3/4 stars, this had to get 2 stars.
1 3/4.
God, Meltzer must have been pissed off of the world.
By the way, guess what you guys paid Mikey Whipwreck in WCW?
Mikey Whipwreck in WCW probably made $104,000.
$75,000. Now here's Al Snow with "Help Me" written on his forehead, and he's talking to a mannequin head. Our man Blue Meanie hanging out in the background, and in the foreground is Supernova. He's got a little club here called the Job Squad, which to this day I believe Al Snow still owns, not Vince McMahon. And the Job Squad is pin me, pay me. 1, 2, 3. They're just embracing the idea that we're enhancement guys.
Yeah. So, would the Blue Meanie put his fucking shirt on, please?
Wait, you're always wanting somebody on ECW to show their tits. Blue Meanie finally does, and you're hot about it.
But good God, I love the Blue Meanie, but cover them boobies up, fella. There you go. You know what? Wouldn't you think that there would be a couple of enhancement guys out there who ended up making a pretty good living?
Oh, several.
Yeah. Without
question.
Al Snow's made quite a living, of course, and he made quite a living, is I guess today, training guys, right?
Yeah,
he trained.
He trained the Blue Meanie back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, Blue Meanie's one of our favorite guys, man. I know Brian listens to us, and we appreciate him. And I was just recently in Philadelphia, and Every time you go to Philadelphia, you always see somebody that you know. And wait a minute, Joey, you're on camera. Talk, motherfucker. Thank you. Jesus Christ. What's he doing now? Is that a mistake?
No.
Joey, I guess they wanted this, but Joey always kind of seemed pissed off to me. See, look at him. Creased brow, frown on his face, shaking his head. That's kind of like what I did.
Well, because he was talking about Al Snow getting a little head in the locker room. So that's why he made the face. Seriously. So here you go. You got the Pit Bulls, who we talked about on our Barely Legal episode. And got Gary Wolf right there in the suit jacket. And that's the guy that Shane Douglas broke his neck. And you remember seeing him in a halo in the video package for Barely Legal.
All right.
And here he is.
Yes, sir, man.
The baddest dude walking in ECW. It's Taz.
Yep.
And he's got his own belt here.
Uh-huh.
It's the television title at this point, but he's been the damn TV champ for what feels like forever.
Yeah.
Now at this point he's not, but his run was really probably, in my opinion, I don't know. I think Taz made the TV belt mean more in ECW. Yeah. And of course, Rob Van Dam's going to take it to another level. He was TV champ forever. But before Rob won it, which would be in April of the coming year, man, he really made this belt matter.
I'd just like to say that I have the utmost respect for Taz, for his workability. I just think he's tremendous. I think he made the TV belt mean something, and I just absolutely love him. Let's see, let me mark that off. Let's see. I love him. Okay.
I was a fan of his back then.
I just don't want him getting pissed off at us. That's all.
He wakes up pissed off. So if you're gonna try to walk around trying to not piss off Taz, keep walking, motherfucker. He's mad right now. Someone just tweeted him and said, by the way, Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson are talking about you on their podcast. He's mad. He didn't even know what we said, but he's mad. That's his deal.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame. I'm married into something like that. Waking up pissed off. Pitbull number 2 with Pitbull number 1. Pitbull number 2 kind of looks like Reno Riggins, doesn't he? Or Reno, in a way. You notice how there's a lack of hair here. I'm not talking about pubic hair. I'm talking about hair on top of the head. And now it seems like in wrestling we have guys that have that stringy hairdo now. You know, that falls in their face. So
why do you have the stringy hair?
I don't have stringy hair.
Oh.
I have very thin and fine hair. It's fine. It's the kind of hair that you find on a dog's ass.
Thank you for that. I didn't have to do it since you did it.
See, I knew it was coming out. That's what she said. Oh, man. Yeah, Taz was, look, all joking aside, because we know how Taz can be, and somebody says, again, they're talking about you and he gets mad at us. Motherfucker looked great and could go.
It was believable.
Yes, it was there you go. That's a great word. Believable. I remember you go to matches and you say, oh God, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. But then you see a Taz match, right? And you say, that's some real shit going on right now. Look at that big guy take flight too, man. 3/4 of the way across the ring. Referee busting his ass to get over there as well. So was this considered in the annals of ECW?
You just said annals.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know why I said annals? Because I think history's overused, motherfucker. Okay, if you understand where I'm coming from, without question, See what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Okay. In the annals of ECW, where does this rank in their pay-per-views as the greatest in the history of?
Tapped out. Look, he's already out. He's done. Taz,
how about that?
Taz mowed him over. It took 1 minute and 29 seconds. He retains. It gets half a star.
Ooh. I'd like to apologize for Taz for talking over his finish right there. And I meant no disrespect to him at all. So anyway, where does this rank as far? Look at this. Hoist his ass up. Wow. Where does this rank as far as ECW events?
Oh, it's one of the fucking worst.
Really?
Yeah. In the Wrestling Observer reader poll, it only got 32.6% thumbs up.
Oh my God. I thought, oh, go get the microphone now. You want to talk over this or should we just ignore it?
No, we'll just ignore it.
Okay.
Not because I'm worried about pissing him. He's already mad. We said his name. We're not supposed to say his name. He would prefer if we didn't say his name.
Yeah. I'm mad. Look at me. I got the microphone. I'm mad. Yeah.
Hey,
I
brother.
came here.
I heard Schiavone talking shit on his podcast, brother.
Who's that motherfucking ringside?
He sticks needles up his ass, brother. That's what he's saying in real life. Like, because by the way, I guess we should tell you that's Brockus, who is on loan from the WWF. And there you go. He's pointing his ass saying he sticks needles up his ass.
Whoa. Wait a minute. They actually loaned people to Paul Heyman?
Yeah. Al Snow is here on loan.
Good God.
Chris Candido, just incredible. A lot of those guys came down from the WWF.
That's kind of unheard of in this business.
Man, they were trying to do everything they could to counteract Ted Turner's money.
Yeah, the juggernaut that was WCW. Can't stop that juggernaut. Oh, guess what? The motherfuckers stopped themselves. What the fuck? There doesn't a day go by when I just think about what we were. And look, if I can, and I don't want to disrespect Taz here by talking about something else during what is obviously a very fucking hot angle. But you've gotten to know Eric Bischoff, and I think you can see why just by talking to him, why WCW prospered under his leadership. Fuck. He's beating the fuck out of this guy, isn't he? Holy shit. That guy was tapping before he put the move on. Hold on, he was fucking tapping. Okay, we interrupt this match to bring you Bam Bam Bigelow.
Have you seen this?
What, the spot?
Yeah.
No.
You're going to be happy here. So Spike Dudley on the ground in the ECW arena.
Yeah.
Bigelow picks him up, presses him over his head, and are you ready for this?
Oh, I think we did see that.
And now they're crowd surfing him.
Hell fucking yeah. Are they going to bring him all the way around the ring? They should have brought him all the way around the ring. Back to Bam Bam, let him throw to the other side, bring him all the way around the ring. Again, look at that guy with the lack of teeth in his head. This must have been an Alabama show, you think?
They're at the ECW arena, you dickhead.
Okay, just what? Well, then
they're probably up there with some of your relatives.
Yeah, probably so. I have a lot of Pennsylvania relatives.
I heard that Mama Schiavone would gum one. Are you okay?
Oh. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just thinking, is there any is,
Are you okay?
is there, nobody's safe from, nobody is, nobody is safe from you. I'll talk about your mom. I'll talk about your grandma. Fuck, I'll talk about your fucking ancestors that came off the motherfucking boat. Oh my God. Are we getting ready to see Francine come out?
So here you go. There's Tommy Rich doing some mic work. Of course, Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers, when you think about them, you know, if there's one thing for sure, it's that they're full-blooded Italians.
Yeah, boy.
And
so, they sound like it too, right?
Yeah. And Tommy Rich is being introduced here as being from Nashville, Italy.
Somebody say something about lasagna.
Oh my God. Roll the credits. We can't beat that. We won't beat that.
Somebody say something about Olive Garden. Who's this black guy with white sunglasses? Is this Jay-Z with a tan? What the hell? Let's all get in a ring. Oh, is this our buddy Joel Gertner? Hell yeah, buddy. Give me some Dudleys. You know what's wrong about this?
What's wrong
You know
with
what's-
this?
I has Bubba got on the microphone and told everybody's mother to go fuck themselves yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Hey, I can see why the Dudleys are in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, without question. You know, what's funny is, my good close personal friend, as you like to say, Dave Milliken, was not the huge ECW fan I was. He thought it was okay, but he's more of a Memphis guy. And so just to annoy him, whenever we would be having a conversation with someone, I would say, who's the best tag team of all time? And why is it the Dudleys? and then I would ask things like, hey, top 5 tag teams ever besides the Dudleys, who are the other 4? And it just annoyed the shit out of him. But I could really make an argument that the Dudleys should be on that list. But when I started to say, oh man, they're up there with the Rock and Rolls and the Midnights and the Steiners and the Road Warriors, people get really mad.
I listen, I'm with you. I would have never thought that until I started watching these shows, but fucking love the Dudleys.
Can you imagine? Let's just pretend for a minute this is possible. 1991's Steiner Brothers against 1997 Dudleys.
Wow.
Wouldn't
Book
that,
it.
they'd be killing each other.
Fucking book it, man. Absolutely. I'd book it. Am I wrong to say that there is something that reminds me, when I see Gertner, that reminds me of David Penzer?
I thought you said it was David Penzer sucking on an air hose.
Oh, there's a sign that says Little Dick.
Well, because that's Big Dick in the ring right there.
Okay, so Big Dick in the ring, and then I guess Little Dick on the outside.
You weren't even there.
Well, I'm just kind of freestyling. You've heard that term, haven't you?
Yeah, you're stealing all my shit right now.
Yeah. Hypothetically, yeah.
What are you doing?
Rumor and innuendo.
You're just fucking running through all my gimmicks.
Yeah. Roll Tide on that.
This is
shit.
the greatest night in the history of our great sport, without question.
Putting butts in the seats. Yes, sir. So is this Big Dick right here?
Well, I'll let you guess. Do you think that the biggest guy is the guy that's called Big Dick, or where are you at on that?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the littlest guy is a guy called Big Dick. I don't know.
Well, that would be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like if there's a big guy and you call him Tiny.
So we got these Southern boys with the attack. How long is this introduction going to fucking go? Good God.
It's the gimmick.
Joel was at, first time I met him, was at Starrcast in Chicago. We were in the same room, and I was in front of the old Turner Broadcasting set. He was in front of the old ECW set, if ECW had a set, and got to meet him for the first time. I didn't know much about his work, but certainly do love his shit now. Really do.
You know, my trip to the ECW arena in April of 1999 was for CyberSlam 1999. And he did his dirty limerick gimmick, which is his thing.
Right.
And I still remember it to this day. Joel, while you were playing on your computer, I took your girlfriend and I screwed her. Gertner. I don't know why, but it still made me laugh. And he also joked that, the last time you had ass is when your finger tore through the toilet paper.
Did he use the limerick like there once was a man from Nantucket?
Yeah, he did all that.
Who said, give me a pig and I'll fuck it?
Man, is that what old Mama Schiavone was talking about?
The pig said with a grunt, stay away from my cunt.
Oh no, what are you doing? No, you can't do that.
I'm gay. Give me your dick and I'll suck it.
All right. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Okay. That's the only limerick I remember.
Of course you know that one. My God. Of all of them to know, you know that one.
I don't know why I know that one. That just kind of stuck with me. That was like when Mama Schiavone would read like bedtime stories to me. That was how she would end it.
Can you imagine?
Good night,
so
son.
check this out. I don't think you're ready for this. Two guys who are no longer with us: Balls Mahoney, Axel Rotten, chairs.
Wow. Let's get it on, man. We've been. Somebody Tracy Smothers got fucking whacked.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, got fucking whacked. And of course, they're Italian, so getting whacked is something they should be used to, right?
Bubba Ray Dudley, man, one of the great heels.
Yeah, absolutely, one of the great heels.
And I hear he's a heel in real life too. He's always been cool to me, but
yeah,
I hear that of the pair, he can be the more cantankerous of the two.
Yeah, well, I got a little Taz in him. Just kind of
no, let's not go that far. I don't think we're going to be getting like angry DMs from Bubba after this show.
Okay, Jesus, Criminal.
Brother, you talking about me on your show, brother? I don't even know a Dave Silva, brother. Do me a favor. Don't talk about me no more. Don't want to hear about my fucking name on your show.
Yeah. Forget that we're putting my ass over, keeping me still relevant by talking about you on a podcast. Just don't talk about me.
Brother, you want to talk about lacrosse, brother? I know a lot about lacrosse, brother.
What? Excuse me, but is this like, who's in this match?
It's a three-way. It's
okay,
FBI
good.
versus the Dudleys versus
three-way.
Balls and Axel. So there's 6 men battling for two tag team championships.
Oh, wow. One would be the ECW Tag Team Championship. What would be the other?
It's also the ECW, because there's 2 belts, you see, because they're the tag team champions. That means there has to be 2 pieces of metal attached to leather.
No. Wait a fucking minute. That's not what you said. You said 2 different championships.
No, I didn't say 2 different. I said 2 ECW Tag Team Championships. I didn't say 2 different.
Well, I'm
the match is
confused.
for the tag titles, you dick. It's not hard.
Okay. No, you said 2 championships, which means there's 2 different champions.
Look, listen, why don't you go read about it in the library, you son of a bitch.
Wow, we're pulling
That's your word.
Mama Schiavone gummed one.
that got you, didn't it? I really wish that we had an opportunity to sell food products on our websites, because I would really love to have Mama Schiavone gummy bears.
We're not allowed to do that, are we?
Well, I mean, I don't know who could make like a gummy tooth.
A gummy top plate.
Now, here we
All right,
go.
Paul?
Here comes your dude.
Okay.
Now, New Jack's tag team partner, Mustafa, is not going to be here. And you guys have just signed Perry Saturn. So half of the Eliminators is gone. So this is John Cronus, half the Eliminators, and New Jack, half of the Gangstas. And this three-way dance just got a little more interesting because now there's 4 tag teams. And as you know, New Jack has doomed to be a killer since he came out the nutsack.
Oh, good God.
Are you ready for this?
Here
we go.
All right, pick up something, motherfucker. Hit somebody with it. Come on, get off that wide shot. Let's go, man. Let's go. Oh. Pick up some shit, man. Oh. Can I ask you this? We have, at least we had the England's most dangerous man with us in MLW. And he would use paper to cut you between the fingers.
Yeah.
And then he would take lemon juice and squeeze on it. And Bruce always thought that sucked. What do you think about that? Go ahead.
I mean, listen, I think everything has a place in wrestling. I don't think that, this is a quote unquote sport where we've given birth to a hand.
Do I?
Yeah. While you were out, Vince McMahon made Mae Young at her advanced age get pregnant with Mark Henry's baby.
Yeah.
But it turns out it was just an old rubber hand. You missed that, didn't you?
Yes. Where the fuck was I?
So,
all right. Do me a big favor as this carnage is going on, and I apologize, but I'm intrigued now. Repeat that to me one more time.
Mae Young gave birth to a rubber hand.
Did they actually show
the hand?
Did they actually show someone going
yes
into the vagina and pulling out the rubber hand?
You didn't see the vagina on TV, but I mean, yeah, it was shot around. And they even had Vince McMahon portray a character called Dr. Heine, where he pulled JR's own head out of his ass. and Vince McMahon had a Kiss My Ass Club where guys like Steve Regal had to kiss Vince McMahon's bare ass in the middle of the ring. So I'm saying when you compare all of that stuff and the idea that we're supposed to believe that the Undertaker is actually dead and can summon lightning with his arms, I don't think giving someone a paper cut and squeezing lemon juice in it is the worst thing. But I do think that, if we're supposed to believe that a legit badass, a credentialed amateur wrestler like Tom Lawler is going to be paper cut, I might be like, I don't know if I can get, but at the same time, when I'm saying, I don't know if that's believable, I'm also like, well, the Undertaker's dead and he can summon lightning. So,
yeah,
okay,
right.
Fuck it. It's entertainment. Hey, if it gets over, cool. And here's the other thing. I mean, they're probably working paper cuts. So I'm in. Now, I know you laugh at that, but there are leagues where they do that shit for real. They'll take like thumbtacks and super glue them to a wiffle ball bat and just hit the dude, and all the thumbtacks go into his skull, like real thumbtacks. So if they're doing that, then they can also cut people and do lemon juice and throw them on razor boards and all the other shenanigans. And I got to make you watch that one day. But on MLW, it's probably a working paper cut. And if I'm a wrestler, I would say, I want to do that spot because that's not going to hurt and we can make it look awesome and no risk to injury for me. If my options are that or dropping me on my fucking head, let me go with, let me get the paper cuts.
In the midst of that, how about that fucking 450? Holy shit.
Cronus, even at his advanced weight, called it the Firebird. It could still pull off a 450, but he tried to go for the cover over Big Dick Dudley, but Big Dick Dudley is not a legal member of the Dudley Boys tag team. You've got to pin Bubba or Devo in. Now look at Bubba here. Like all the guys gather around and he's like, well, what's going on? Why is everybody over there? Oh, what if I did this?
Oh man. Oh,
that's a great spot. You know, it's pretty predictable now, but back then that was a great spot, especially, you know, Bubba's probably 350 right there.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta be able to trust your opponents and your partners to be able to do shit like that. Why not pick up a fucking guitar? What do you think? Is New Jack gonna sing something for it? Fucking New Jack, you know, no wonder he had so many marks on his fucking forehead. Look how he's gigged himself already. Fuck. Jesus criminy. And look, well, somebody say something about sneaking up behind this guy.
Tommy Rich sneaking in from Nashville, Italy.
Yeah, Nashville, Italy. Oh my God! Come on, get the spot right now. Let's go. You go take the guitar. You know you're going to get the guitar. Yes, boom. Oh, the fans fucking loved the powder, didn't they? Oh fuck. Did Tommy gig himself after that, or did?
Of course, you can't get hit over the head with a guitar and not bleed.
Yeah, well, my question is, did he gig himself, or did he get it the hard way? I don't know, man, because he's spurting blood. He's spurting blood. Spurt.
No, he put a veal cutlet on his head.
Okay. Is that what they called it? Is that another word for it? A veal cutlet?
No, he's full-blooded Italian.
Oh God. I got it. Yes. Yeah. Eggplant Parmigiano. Look at that, man. Into 1, 2, 3. Or did he get a 3? 2. Bubba thought he won it, but the match still goes on. Not a fan sitting down here, Conrad. Not a fucking fan sitting down.
This is, just so you know, an elimination match. So
okay.
New Jack and Cronus have now been eliminated. It's the Dudleys, it's Balls and Axel, and it's FBI.
Got it. So I thought that was a 3 count. I mean, there's so many false finishes you never even know anymore, but I thought it was a 3 count. Fuck, these guys are fucking there's powder, there's gimmicks, there's chairs. Hitting, go, just fuck. Oh. They didn't work chair shots that much, did they?
Nobody in ECW put their fucking hands up, and they should.
And not only did they not put their hands up, no one slowed down the chair shot by the time it got to your head.
There was great pride in ECW in taking it. And man, look at that. The press slamming, just dropping his head on the top turnbuckle. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was awesome. Break a fucking neck. Jesus. It's just, look at the carnage. Holy fucking shit. Wow. Yeah. Why not a super kick?
Balls Mahoney here played Santa Claus briefly in the WWF. He was like an evil Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
And he was also Boo Bradley, from, Smoky Mountain Wrestling with Jim Cornette.
I'm intrigued now. I'm going to have to go back on the network, if they still have it on the network, and see the babies, or see the glove being born.
Why don't we do that on Patreon? I would love to get your live feedback from that.
All right. We'll do that we'll do it coming up on Patreon. By the way, let everybody know on Patreon, we got some bonus podcasts coming up at the end of the month, just to let you know. So, Joel, you missed. And that is at patreon.com/WHW Monday, where we have a great time with videos and all kinds of crazy shit. And we have a once a week live get together. 1, 2, 3. The Dudleys are out. That's it. Or do we have one more? Oh, okay. The FBI, the Italians, they're still in it, right?
The full-blooded Italians.
Full-blooded Italians.
Little Guido, Tracy Smothers.
Little Guido, Tracy Smothers, and Tommy Rich. Oh, God. Here's a shot. Oh, God. I'm begging somebody to work a chair shot.
It's not going to happen here.
Just help out your partner here. You know, we're all teammates here.
Axel Rotten, a Baltimore native. I believe Balls is from New Jersey. And of course we know Tracy's from Italy.
Yeah. Tracy, who is still on the independent circuit, not a fucking tooth in his head.
You got to see Tracy Smothers live. Have you seen him work yet?
I've heard about it. No, I've not seen it.
It is outstanding.
Yeah.
He'll do 30 minutes of mic work before he ever gets started.
Well, you know what? That's a good way of saving your body, because he obviously wasn't saving his body here. I'll do 30 minutes of mic work. We'll have a 2-minute match. And the fans will be so mesmerized by my mic work, they won't fucking worry about the match.
He used to do a gimmick where he would, he would spell the word thug. And he had like, you know, what everything stands for. And when you get to G, look who slid in there and would not count to 3. He started to count to 3. He got to 2 and then stopped. And look who it is. It's referee Jeff Jones.
Jeff motherfucking Jones.
That's our Jeff Jones right there. Just kick balls and doing a fast count now. Trying to ring the bell. Stealing a victory for the FBI.
That motherfucker. I'm going to text that son of a bitch right now. How can we trust him?
Yeah, no, you can't trust a crooked referee.
You can't trust a motherfucker. Jeff Jones makes an appearance. Well, I'm glad I saw this.
I bet old Mama Schiavone taught you that, didn't she?
Yeah.
She said, you can't trust no crooked referee.
Especially ones that fuck the Italians over. We're Southern Italians. You ever had meatballs and grits? That's what we had in the South.
Dude, the fucking best line of the show, and we should have just rolled credits right then, is somebody say something about lasagna.
Well, sometimes I come up with them, but as you know, you have them all. So who wins this match? Who won the match? Does it matter?
Tracy Smothers and Little Guido.
Okay.
They retain their ECW tag team titles of the world.
Okay.
And they got a star and a half in the Observer for all of this.
Oh God.
How about Tommy Dreamer, your boy, and his wife, the lovely Beulah McGillicuddy?
Yeah. Tommy does work with us in MLW. I'm so glad we got him to be with us on our team. Just a fucking legend, man.
Good guy. Too.
Yeah. And, not only that, I didn't know this because obviously I didn't watch, ECW. But he comes into the ring now, Tommy does, with, polka dots down one side of his tights, which is a tip of the cap to Dusty Rhodes. And of course, you know, he and I talked at length about, you know, his respect and love for Dusty and how Dusty was the one that got him to fall in love with the business. So got to appreciate that. Rob Van Dam. And Fonzie. See, that's what I like. This is the same thing about Tommy Dreamer, just his facial expressions. He was good at that, man. And he still is. It all looks fucking real. Who's the blonde at ringside there on that angle?
Look at you.
Well, when you have someone with that blonde hair sticks out like that, it kind of like.
Her name is Chastity.
I bet it is.
She was a part of Raven's Flock for a little while, and then she would come out with Just Incredible for a little bit.
Oh, look at this.
I'm going to tell you, you're going to see a pile driver in this match that you will never forget as long as you shall live. Up next, we've got a Banner versus Banner match with Rob Van Dam and Tommy Dreamer. And they're going to get 2 3/4 stars. But there is a spot in here with a pile driver that you'll never forget. By the way, a recent picture of Bill Alfonso popped up, and he got some cosmetic dentistry done and people didn't even recognize him. He's all clean and sober, and he's got a new grill, and he looks like a different dude now. Good to see him doing well.
Yeah. Good for Fonzie. Good kid. All right. So, chat me up here. Was this guy on loan from the WWF back then?
No, they're doing a gimmick where you got to appreciate ECW was positioned as the underdog, the little engine that could, and they're trying to overcome these two giant conglomerates. And, you know, they're just pitching that Vince McMahon is evil and WCW is the devil and blah, blah, blah. And so to these hardcore fans, they've sort of got it in their mind that it's us versus the world. And that's based on the positioning of Paul Heyman. So they did a gimmick here where Van Dam is like, I'm Mr. Monday Night. I could be on either one of those shows. I just choose to be here, but this coming Monday, you'll be able to see me on the big show. And that's, of course, you know, he did have a couple of spots with Monday Night Raw when they were doing some co-promotion for the ECW Pay Per Views. He would be the guy that they would showcase there. And he's constantly talking about, you know, he's going to work for Vince, or you're going to see him on Nitro. And right here, because they've got such a good relationship with the WWF, they're just going with it. Even Fonzie is wearing a Monday Night Raw hat. So he's your heel. And now here comes the savior, the flag bearer, literally for ECW, Mr. Tommy Dreamer.
Wow. Well, I want to bring this. This is as good a time as any to bring this up.
Well, hang on. Check that out. This is as Roll Tide as Beulah looked on paper. Look at that. Roll Tide.
Well, I was going to bring up something, but I think I should probably bring up something else right now.
Okay. I feel like you just brought something up.
Okay. If you like sex, you'll like BlueChew.com.
Oh, wait. Are you going to do the read like an idiot like you did recently?
Oh, my God.
Can you even focus right now?
Are they still married?
Yeah.
He's got to bring her to an MLW taping. Just so I can slobber all over my fucking self.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Hey, Conrad, Blue Chew makes the first chewable with the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
That is great news. Can you tell us more?
Yes. Also, it ships directly to your door in discreet packaging.
Oh,
in other words,
wonderful. No one will know about my boners.
Yeah, that's right. I do understand that there are some other items that you can get shipped to your door that the mailman will bring in, and with big letters on it says, this will give you a fucking hard on. Not this package. It's just, holy shit. She's looking all the way fucking live. So anyway, Blue Chew has been a great sponsor here of ours. I hope we have done a lot of great work for Blue Chew because they are great people. And what's wrong with a company that enables you to get a hard on?
Tony, is Lois enjoying your hashtag super hard dick?
Yes. That's private. I can't talk about stuff like that.
Oh, my apologies. Since we talked about Mama Schiavone gumming one, I just assumed nothing was off limits.
No, it's not. By the way, no doctor visit, Conrad. None. No awkward conversations like we're kind of having here.
Excellent.
None. No waiting in line at a pharmacy.
Oh, great.
Have you ever waited in line at a pharmacy? With an old lady in front of you and a guy behind you? Nope. Old lady in front of you say, I want something for my diarrhea. And then you go up and say, I want something to make my dick hard. Don't have to worry about that because it comes to your house. Discreet to your house. And you can chew up these son of a bitches. And I'm not talking about your boyfriend's dick. You can chew up these son of a bitches and...
Like Klondike Bill chewed like the ladies' parking lot panties?
Yeah, yes. So, while we're... she's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you can use this promo, please. WHW, which I know it stands for what happened when, but now it stands for wow, hard on, wow. WHW, that's your promo code. Pay just $5 shipping. BlueChew.com, promo code WHW. BLUE Chew.com. How was that? Did you like that read?
It was excellent. You did a great job.
Did that get you aroused? Give you a hard on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a hashtag super hard dick right now.
Yeah. Hashtag super hard dick. So do I, man. So do I.
Well, let's see it.
What, you want me to show you my penis here on right?
I mean, we're amongst friends.
We're not that friendly yet. What's the gimmick with Tommy here? Got a bad leg, bad foot? Is that an angle here?
No. I mean, listen, how is it a surprise to you that every now and again a wrestler in ECW would suffer an injury?
Well, they're focusing on it.
Well, yeah, he's wearing a fucking boot, bro.
Oh, man. Good shit. There you go. Right on the foot, on the leg. Is that a cast he's got on? Soft cast? We've been talking about hard dicks, and now we're talking about soft casts.
We cannot sell a soft cast and hard dicks t-shirt. Do not try to do that.
Oh, God.
How about they're doing real chain wrestling here?
Yeah, man. I was getting ready to say some real good shit going on here. Absolutely. See, and through all of this, through all of the fan reaction, they love the gimmicks. They loved all the stuff that we saw. When it gets right down to it, these guys in ECW could fucking wrestle, couldn't they? I mean, they really could.
Without question.
See what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'd like to also thank you for opening up my eyes to ECW.
The best.
I really would. I just think that there was a part of pro wrestling, and I was in my own world back then, a part of pro wrestling that I completely ignored and thus missed. And that was wrong. But I'm not missing it now. Not at all, buddy. Yeah, you knew that was coming down. In ECW, if they're going to go down to the safety rail, those motherfuckers going to go into the front row. So Rob Van Dam got his name because he looked like Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Is that it? Is that how he got his name?
No, this is a little known fact. Jean-Claude Van Damme actually thought he looked like Rob Van Dam. And so Rob Van Dam was the innovator, and Jean-Claude, with that old blood sport bullshit, started ripping him off.
Did you ever see Jean-Claude Van Damme's show that didn't last long on Prime, Amazon Prime?
No.
I think it was called like Jean-Claude Van Johnson. And it was pretty funny. It didn't last long, but it was pretty funny. It was about how Jean-Claude Van Damme was really a secret CIA agent behind the scenes. But he was a bumbling secret agent. So I liked it, but apparently fans didn't. What is Robbie Van Dam doing now? Is he dead?
No, he's still working indies. He's still around.
Well, you never know. You got to ask.
Is he dead? Listen to me.
We started out the show with a couple of dead guys. I thought, we'll just go through it here. We're talking about 97. We're talking about 21 years ago. So
I don't know why that's funny to me. Is he dead?
Is he dead? Shit, the way they hit each other. Look at this. Wow. That is a hell of a spot. And I want to tell you why that's a hell of a spot. because Van Dam could have easily jumped on the top of that safety rail, fucking slipped and broke his fucking neck. But he had the balance. Fuck, and he's cut himself fucking wide open. Get away from me. I don't give a shit if I'm bleeding. Get away from me. We had Van Dam, but only a short period of time in WCW. Did we have him before? I guess we had him after this, right? I guess we had him after this, right? I guess we had him after this, right?
I mean, when did you have him?
I can't remember, I remember him.
No. Yeah, that was early 90s. You had him way before this.
Okay, all right.
You had him in like 90, 91, 92, somewhere in there.
That early?
But I was like, fucking after. I was like, no, I don't think so. No.
Well, look, we had the influx of ECW guys, later on. I didn't know when he arrived. All right. And of course, there's Tommy. We ain't gonna work any chair shot here. Wow, fuck. That drop kick with the head cocked back on the bottom turnbuckle.
He's really concerned about that cut over the eye, which was definitely not a veal cutlet.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Fonzie. So is he really concerned about the cut, or is this part of the gimmick here of the match? I'm not so sure. Because shit, I mean, we've had a lot of blood so far, and haven't seen a referee so concerned about a cut. So why not? Hang on to this chair for me, Tommy. Thank you. I'm going to place it right there. If you hold on to it, I'm just going to fucking jump on it. Here we go. Woo! Jesus. Necks were not made to bend that way.
No, they're not.
And again, it goes back to this. It's the same thing that I tell young wrestlers today. You don't have to do this shit. But I guess in ECW, because the promotion took a life of its own, you had to do shit like this, right? You had to do crazy stuff. Whoa. Holy shit. How about that move? What a maneuver, pal. 1, 2, got a 2 count. From the outside, leaping up, split leg. Wow. Kid could go, couldn't he? Van Dam could do some shit.
Without question.
Thank you. He could do some shit. Pile driver coming up here soon. Why not a reverse neck? Yeah, why not a fucking reverse neck breaker? You got it? Fucking holding him by his fucking neck. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know that because I've had so many neck problems and back problems in my life, this makes me, whew. This shakes me to the fucking core. Jesus. Time to the tree of fucking woe. Give me something, Beulah. Give me something.
By the way, right. We've only got 2 matches after this, but they're both long matches. I mean, this one is going to go 16 minutes, but the next 2 are going to be almost 21 minutes and 25 minutes.
Okay.
But the next match is regarded to be one of the, if not the very worst ECW match they ever did on pay-per-view. It got -3.5 stars. So that gives you something to look forward to.
Sabu and the Sandman, is that our next match?
Yeah. How'd you know that?
Okay. Well, I did kind of read up on this, and
I didn't know.
I know. Yeah. Well, I know you told me I don't want you to watch ECW match. I just want you to react to it. So I didn't watch it, but I kind of read about it.
But I didn't think, that's good to hear you haven't totally Schiavone'd our podcast.
Well, when I see an ECW event that we are going to cover, I immediately go through and say, "Where's Francine? Is she? Oh, there she is. Bless her heart." I have to. You have to get me booked at some sort of event where Francine is. I have to meet this lady in person.
She's at WrestleCade. You won't go.
Well, I'll go to WrestleCade. See, I'll go to WrestleCade.
Excellent. Just blow off Georgia Tech. Fuck them.
No. I mean, I could show up. Here's the thing. I could have shown up at WrestleCade on Sunday. We got a noon game with Georgia Tech on Saturday. I could have been there for Sunday, but no. Nobody would book me for Sunday.
You don't even know what you're talking about. Just so you know.
Yeah, I do. I do know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But no. Schiavone can't make it. Yeah, Schiavone can make it. He can make it on Sunday. But that's all water under the bridge now.
Would you want to come in for George South's worship service? Or are you? Is that
what they have on Sunday? George South's worship.
Yep.
Is that all they have?
Nah, they've also got November to Remember, 25 years of remembering ECW.
Wow.
And they got Queens of Combat, just lady wrestling on top of lady wrestling.
On Sunday.
Yeah, it's just wall to wall, everything you love, but you won't come.
Yeah, praying and then vaginas.
Oh, that's your favorite. What's wrong with you? Praying then vaginas. You're wrong.
Well, that's what we got. We got George South's worship service. Then we got all these women piling on top of each other. That's what it is. I mean, let's call it the way it is. Okay. I am not a creepy old guy.
Oh God.
No, I'm not. I just call what I see. If there's a beautiful girl out there like we're seeing right now, I say it's a beautiful girl. If it's a red hot woman like Francine, she's a red hot lady. So there it is. You shouldn't talk around this shit. You should call it like you see it. I kind of wish sometimes they would have let me call it like I see it back in WCW back in the day. What the fuck? Is this Jeff Jones again?
Yes, it is.
Did you see him get in the ring? I don't know if I trust that fucking Jeff Jones anymore.
I don't think we should.
Look at that. All right. We got 3 referees in the ring now. So let me guess. Jeff Jones wasn't a real referee, right? He was just a gimmick guy who wanted to be a referee.
Was that the story? Heel referee, yeah.
He fucking splashed the referee. Oh, I like it, baby. That's good shit, man.
This is what Jeff wanted us to do 97. Are you ready? Look at Beulah.
Yes. Oh.
The referees just did a DDT. And then Tommy's move.
Oh. Fonzie gives him nut shots. Beulah kind of missed that time. That's okay. Wow.
You don't know where Fonzie's penis is.
1, 2. Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, watch this. Don't blink.
That boy must have had a spring in his neck.
Have you ever seen a pile driver like that in your life?
No. Oh.
It's the best, man. That's the thing I remember most about this show.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is if you type in Tommy Dreamer Pile and just type the letter D, it says River RVD. Like everybody knows that's the one, man.
So did he win the match there? I guess he did.
Well, I mean, Beulah counted the pin.
Who the fuck is this now?
This is Furnace and LaFon on loan from the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation. They made their name in All Japan Pro Wrestling, but they debuted a year prior. And look who that is.
Oh boy. That's our buddy, man. Stevie.
And he's back from WCW.
And the fans are going absolutely apeshit on this.
So as a reminder, he was a big deal. Stevie Richards. He was one of the stories they were telling for the very first ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal. And Rob Van Dam going up top of that 5-star frog splash onto a trash can, onto Rob Van Dam.
God.
What a maneuver.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, I know guys put their lives on the line in this, but it was they had such great visuals. Look, I get it, and I'll say it till the absolute day I die. I understand the way that the WWE right now puts on these big, elaborate light show entrances. But fuck all that. Give me big, great spots in the ring. That's where it's at. Because you can do all the light shows that you want and all the great entrances and all the crazy music. But when the bell rings, my good man, it's got to be in the ring. And that's what you remember, right? You don't remember the entrances. You remember the spots in the fucking ring. How about this? They had to, on the network, blur the WWF. Oh, yeah, why not? We just already killed him with a trash can. Why not bring a table out? Holy shit. We might as well just go ahead and kill him again. Where's Beulah in all this?
Well, she's coming back around.
Okay.
So it is pretty hilarious. I didn't know they were going to have to blur out the logo.
Yeah.
Of all the things they have to blur on their own network, it's their own logo.
Yeah, I know.
So they got him laid out.
Yeah.
Fonzie standing on the table, Sabu holding his legs down. He's covered under the WWF banner, and that means Sabu's here.
Oh, God.
So you know what he wants to do. He wants to put him through it, but here comes Beulah.
No, please don't. Oh, shit. Fuck, he cold-cocked Beulah.
How about that?
What the fuck?
Nobody saw that coming, did they?
No. They had to get some heat about this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised that the WWE would show that spot.
That's what's so funny about the banner to me. Like, how jealous are you of Tommy Dreamer right now?
Oh, Lordy. This goes back to who's got the best smelling ass. If you had one asshole that you wanted to smell in ECW, whose would it be?
What do you do? Well, I know yours would be Francine.
I don't know.
Without question.
I don't know. Sabu's ass might smell good. Who knows? I don't know.
What are you saying right now?
I mean, just trying to.
The thing you're talking into is called a microphone.
Okay.
People can hear what comes out the other side of that contraption.
All right. So what is going in my head shouldn't always come out my mouth, is what you're saying on.
Well, a lot of things came in old Mama Schiavone's mouth.
Mama Schiavone gummed one. Okay. I can't wait to see a negative 3-star match.
Negative 3.5 star. Sandman come into the ring, already drinking a beer right through the curtain.
Yeah.
Busted open from the beer can.
Yeah.
Stevie Richards, fresh off of his cup of coffee in WCW.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so, you were talking about these security guys. These are like some of the security guys that we had at Starrcast, right?
No, it's Atlas Security. It's the exact same.
Okay.
I hired these guys.
So they're not gimmick security guys. They are shooting security guys that they hired at ECW.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best in the business.
Yeah. Which, by the way, recently, we had David Crockett at our show in Charlotte. And when I'm sitting there talking to David sitting between you and me, I immediately thought, you know what? We ought to have Doug Dellinger here. So maybe the next time we're in the Charlotte area, we can dig him out.
Well, the trouble is he lives in Fort Myers.
Well,
we had a whole conversation about this in the back, but at your advanced age, you've already forgotten.
I don't remember that.
Mrs. Thompson said, "Where's Doug Dillinger these days?" And then he said, "Oh, he's moved down to Fort Myers, but he has to come up here and visit the grandkids every now and again."
Oh yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah. I was thinking about Francine's panties at that time, which I often do think about. Pitching coach Ray Miller.
What it says. What do you think Ray Miller's up to?
I don't know. God, Ray Miller was a long look at that. Cigarette in the side of his mouth, blood coming down his head, and a beer in one hand. Kendo stick in the other. There's a pro wrestler.
Are you shit talking?
Yes, I am. Oh,
Klondike
God.
Bill was a pro wrestler.
Who was?
Klondike Bill.
Yeah,
So
he
you're-
was.
And you're saying Sandman can't be?
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying the look right there. Okay. I mean, how many times do you take a shot of a guy getting ready to go in the ring with a cigarette in the side of his mouth and a can of beer in one hand? Come on. It's a shocking visual.
Not for me.
I mean, there's many of wrestlers that went in the back, had a cigarette and a beer, but never came to the ring. Jack Briscoe smoked and had a beer, but he never brought it to the ring. Okay. Here he is, Sandman, 4-time All-American, Florida State. Bobby Bowden's favorite out of Warner Robins, Georgia.
How much longer do you think we can keep this up before Jim Ross absolutely smacks the shit out of one of us?
Oh, JR's got a great sense of humor.
I know. He's been making fun of me for years. That's fine.
I know he is. I know. In his Jim Barnett voice.
Huh.
Her.
Oh, Connie's got those sweet cheeks. Oh. Huh.
You do have you do have sweet cheeks. You know, you do have a real.
Well, you've seen both sets. Which one's sweeter?
Can I tell the story?
Sure.
So, all right, this is a little behind the scenes shit. Okay. I pull in early to the Comedy Zone in Charlotte. And the Comedy Zone is in this, you know, it's a big building. There's restaurants and everything. And I pull in and I don't know where the fuck I'm going. So I send Conrad a text. I'm in the parking lot. And I said, I said, how do I get in? And Conrad's text was, try the door. It worked for me. So I go to the green room and open the door, and apparently Megan is giving you the Iggy that I'm getting ready to walk through the door. And I walk through the door. And Conrad has his ass up in the air. I just happened to be walking through the door at the time you were changing clothes. And there you were standing on top of the couch or the table or whatever with your ass up in the air. So that's how my day started.
I wasn't changing clothes. I just wanted you to see it. And I knew you wouldn't be ready for it. So I knew you were coming in and I said, hey, is Tony by himself? And she looked and she said, yeah. And so then there they go. Cause I didn't know, like, did somebody tag along? If you had one of the kids with you, I wasn't going to do it. If it was Chris, I would, but
yeah,
you know,
right.
If it was Lori or something, I wasn't going to do it, but
yeah.
Oh, he's by himself. Here you go.
Yeah. Two things here. In a small room like that, if you're going to show your ass, everybody's going to see it.
Sure.
Big ass, small room.
Right.
And number two, I would never bring my daughter with me. She's not allowed to come to our shows.
Good.
Because I don't want.
Look at this.
Oh, good God.
He just threw the ladder at him.
I know. And that ladder could have easily skipped off and hit a fan. How many, there had to be fans getting hurt in these shows. I mean, I don't know if it happened a lot, but I mean, they were right there at ringside. They did some crazy shit. Obviously they had beer splattered on them, probably blood splattered on the fans, and fans had to get fucking hurt all the time. What about this match didn't Meltzer like? Chat me up on this.
Sabu beat Sandman in 20 minutes and 55 seconds of a tables and ladders match. Probably never have two men pulled out so many stops and tried so hard, done so many impressive spots in such a horrible match. These two missed more spots badly than Reggie White did against Steve McMichael. They made Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper age in the cage match look like a Flair Steamboat classic, a collection of spots using tables so pathetically and obviously gimmicked, and ladders, most of which missed. Sandman, who went into the match injured, screwed himself up doing somersaults through tables, trying to pull the match out of the toilet. What made it the worst match of the year was that even after they had for the most part killed the crowd, as there was no heat except for the chance whenever a table broke, they kept doing the same stunts over and over and the match never ended. There were people who thought this was the best match of the show, as they probably went through 10 tables and tried so many Daredevil spots in the process, and Sabu at least hit on every springboard spot. But the crowd was dead and the work was horrible. What they did between the tables and ladder spots was like watching Jim Duggan against Ahmed Johnson. Probably more due to Sandman being injured, as there was almost nothing he could do but destroy himself. At one point, Sabu threw fire, but the crowd and the camera were so distracted that the effect of it was lost, and he missed anyway. Sandman was about to hit Alfonso when Sabu drop kicked him off the top, and Sabu then delivered an Arabian facebuster with the ladder onto Sandman for the pin. Sandman was out in the ring for a long time and got a good, polite reaction from the fans leaving, who did appreciate how hard he worked and how much he destroyed himself physically. -3.5 stars.
Whoa, man. That's, that they crucified him on that.
By the way, it got, here's what's fun about this, because it is a split opinion on this match.
All right.
It came in second by 1 vote for the best match poll in the readers from the Wrestling Observer, but it also won in a runaway the worst match poll. So it came in second, nearly won best match, but it ran away with worst match. So,
just goes to show you can't please everyone.
Well, it just proves to me that, you know, when people get really upset about what's in a newsletter, and you've been guilty of that at different times.
Sure.
It's just a dude's opinion.
Right.
So no, I mean, it's not like, you know, when an appraiser comes to your house, if you're going to sell your house or refinance your house or get a loan on your house, whatever, you have an appraiser come out and he doesn't tell you what the value of your house is. He gives his opinion of what the value of your house is. It's very subjective. And that's the same thing with wrestling to me, or just for that matter, all art. It's very subjective. What you like, I may not like, and vice versa. So that's his opinion, man, that it's -3.5 stars. By the way, I love the fan who put a little target on the table. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
It's just his opinion, and everybody's got different ones here.
I get it. But, you know, I'm not going to argue with you on this. But I agree with opinions, but if opinions were, if they were uninfluenced opinions by politics, I would say, yeah, I agree with it. But a lot of these opinions that we saw on dirt sheets were influenced because of the guys who called him. And that's where I kind of draw the line. But anyway, so much for that. And these guys are working hard. I think it's funny that he said in the write-up about this match, got a polite applause. Hey, guess what? Ain't nothing polite about this crowd at all. I love that word polite in an ECW event. What's he going to fucking do here? Oh, he's going to use the chair to spring over the top and hit the top. Fuck. That's a hell of a spot, buddy. That is a hell of a spot. Chair, rope, table. And yeah, the table's gimmick. Why fucking not? Didn't want to kill the guy. Well, I guess they did want to kill each other. Sandman was injured before the match, huh?
Yep. I mean, everybody is. It's ECW.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
Tommy Dreamer wrestled in a fucking boot.
Ah, look at, he said, oh my God. Fuck. Jesus. Crazy shit, man.
Without question. I'm going to get it over. I'm going to get correct. I'm going to get it over.
Yeah. Without question, over. Oh, good God.
What are you thinking of this spectacle?
I'm thinking it's amazing that these fucking guys can even walk in their later careers. I know some of them can, I'm sure, but fuck. Sabu could do a lot of great shit, man. And look at that, we still got. All right, hang on a second. And I haven't been paying that much attention to around the ring. There was a table on every side of the ring, or do they just keep putting up tables?
Yeah, Sabu keeps putting up tables.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Sandman does too, but they're just setting up crash spots constantly.
All right.
There's not like a guy in the back running around setting them up. It's just these two guys.
All right, I got it.
And perhaps Fonzie,
Yeah. So Sabu has told Fonzie, move the table. I don't know what he said for him to do, but. Look at this. There's absolutely no way to rehearse this shit. Okay. You just got to tell your opponent, I'm going to throw a ladder at you. It's going to hit you. They choreograph a lot of shit in wrestling these days. There's no way to choreograph this. You just had to go with the flow on this. I'll put you right here. Oh, by the way, I'm going to climb up top and I'm going to jump on you. I'm not going to just jump on you. I'm going to jump on you with the ladder. What's he fucking doing? They're just improvising here. The improv. Oh, he completely missed that spot, didn't he?
There's a reason this got negative 3.5 stars.
Yeah, he fucked that spot up. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot that Melcher wrote that I'm agreeing with here. That they're in the midst of a clusterfuck and they know it, so they're just trying to up the wow factor here, and a lot of times it's not working. So he's going to go up top. I certainly hope he connects. And then it comes down to this, Conrad. If you've seen them go through one table, by the time that goes through the 6th table, it loses the effect, right?
That's exactly right. If it's used as a real high spot, then it's cool. But if there's 30 of them, they mean less and less each time. Yeah. And you can have these big spectacles because Lord knows I loved them, but eventually, they become less meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah, and see there you go. Spectacular move by Sandman, almost like a corkscrew plancha or whatever you want to call it, Mike, today. And the fans sitting on their hands because it meant nothing by this time. It's a case too much. I got it. But still, just the visual of all this stuff is crazy. You take one of these spots, just take one of these spots out and show somebody the video of like one of these spots, they're going to say, holy shit, that had to be a great match. But then you let them see the entire match, and all of a sudden you get high spot fatigue as a fan. And that's what they got here. Miss that.
I feel like we need a high spot fatigue shirt.
I agree. I like that.
That's hilarious.
Book it there at lowestrules.com, where you can get your t-shirts. Plus, you can get a call from Tony Schiavone, right, Conrad?
Eventually.
Without question. Yep, high spot fatigue is what we got. What was Sandman's injury going into this? Was it a leg injury or a back injury or a fucking neck? It had to have something to do with the spine.
Life. His injury was life.
Injured by life. Life gig me. I
feel like you're on a roll today.
Oh man, I just, how can you not be on a roll watching a ECW event? It just brings out the best and worst in you all in one. That sucks.
You ever see a monkey fuck a football?
What's that?
You ever see a monkey fuck a football?
Yes. Monkey fucking a football gimmick. Just leave the ladders alone, guys. Oh, yeah. Why not pin him? Oh, he kicks out. He's been hit with thousands of ladders, 800 tables, a couple of chairs, but he can still kick out. What the fuck? Yeah, I agree. As much as I like the visual of this is not good at all. But then again, other people had an opinion and they liked it. What's he got in his hand here? Is Sabu still performing? Is he still out there performing?
Yeah, he's making appearances all the time.
I'm talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll set up a table, hit you with a chair, whatever you want.
Wow. Oh, he's got to be in his 50s now, one would think, right? 40s, late 40s, 50s, whatever.
Well, what does that matter? You're still performing.
Yeah, but you don't see me take a table shot.
He'll be 54 next month.
You'll find out when you get in your 50s, slow down a little bit. You know, I was in my 50s when I shit on the floor here at the house. So it happens. I did. Look, you laugh, okay? You laugh. You're in your 30s. You're in 30s, 40s, 20s. You raise your leg up, and you're gonna be the life of the party. You raise your leg up at the house during Thanksgiving dinner. You go, rrr. Everybody goes, Dad. But then when you get in your 50s, you raise your leg up, rrr, and all of a sudden you shit your pants. It happens. It's part of being old. I have no idea where this came from, but just, there you go. Talking about my shit.
Well, you talked about, Sabu wrestling in his 50s, and then you just said, I shit in the floor in my 50s. I had high spot fatigue, just shit right on the floor.
Oh, good God.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
High spot fatigue.
Yeah, believe you me. It's legit. It's legit because I'm worn out right now. Why don't we have another Jeff Jones run in just for the hell of it? He's one of the big eye spots in this show.
These days though, Jeff Jones is sort of borrowing Tommy Rich's gimmick.
What's that?
Somebody say something about crabs. Jeff Jones basically lives at Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Okay. I had a feeling you were talking about seafood and not the kind that was in his crotch.
Oh no, that would require human companionship.
And he has none, right?
No, I'm not saying that. Why are you being mean to Jeff Jones?
Well, you said crabs, fucker. I didn't.
Well, you're the one that's
look, I've been in wrestling. When I think of crabs, I don't think about the kinds you eat. I think about the kind that Terry Taylor had in his pants.
Wait, Terry Taylor had crabs?
Did I say that?
Yeah. Did you like run the little baby comb through there for him?
Oh. Meanwhile, the match still going on, and face first, Sabu going up top. Whoa. And that's a pretty good spot. But after you've been hit by a million tables, what the fuck does it matter? By the way, if you want to see what I really think about Terry Taylor, join us on Patreon and take a look at the latest edition of Slapdick Theater. And that will kind of explain all. That's patreon.com/WHW Monday.
By the way, there's a lot of people online who say that our show sucks now because you say the word Patreon, and the show was good, but when you started saying the word Patreon, the show went to shit. It sucked. Your response?
Yeah, fuck them. Oh, off the top. Really? Because I say Patreon?
Yeah, that word makes the show suck. I've read that feedback a lot.
Okay.
It was a great show, except you talked about Patreon, and
in other words,
I don't like Patreon. Don't talk about Patreon.
I got it. I understand. They're saying Schiavone is shilling. Well, guess what? I've been a shill my entire fucking life. Okay. Why don't you tune into, tune into JJ's podcast and fall the fuck asleep. How about that? Okay. Fuckers.
Why are you getting hot about it?
It's just an opinion. Everybody's got their own opinion. It's subjective. Fonzie got the kendo stick. You know what the kendo stick's called?
Singapore cane.
No, it's called a Patreon.
Oh,
that's the Polish term for it, Patreon. So he's got the Oh
my God, those flying Patreons. Oh, he threw it right into the Patreon with steps.
Yeah, I know. Patreon with steps.
Wooden Patreon.
Oh, look at
Sandman
that.
Sandman blocked the Patreon shot there.
Yeah, right. His hat is made by a company out of Canada called Patreon Inc. The hat that fell off.
Oh my God. He kicked him right in the Patreon.
Yes, he did. Fonzie trying to get up, but he goes on the outside. The referee looks over and says, "Give me that Patreon." No, I want it. The referee's got the Patreon now.
Oh, wait. And Sabu has set Sandman up on Patreon.
Oh my God.
Oh, Sabu climbing to the top. He's got the Patreon in his hand. Oh my God. Right in the face. He hit him in the face with Patreon.
Oh, he did. And not only that, he hit him in the face with one of the Patreon trademarks. As you know, the Patreon trademark is orange, and the top of that Patreon ladder is orange.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Absolutely. Man, I don't know about you. I'm kind of getting Patreon fatigue right now. Somebody say something about Patreon.
Roll the credits. We won't beat it. We won't beat it.
Yeah, Tommy, we did. Thank you very much. Hey, Jim Barnett around? No, he's dead, Tommy. Okay. Sabu going to go up. He's got that Patreon ladder again. That's the smaller version. The bigger version is available at patreon.com/WHW Monday. Absolutely. And somebody's trying to call me.
The Arabian Facebuster with the ladder. That's got to be it. Sandman's even had the asshole of his pants torn out. That's it. The crowd did not pop for the Arabian Facebuster, but there's the polite applause that Meltzer mentioned. It was a car crash. A lot of people have talked about this as being the worst match ever on ECW Pay Per View, but it was a car crash.
Yeah. And of course it was just too much. Absolutely too much. Well, I got to say, with the exception of a couple of things leading to the main event here, with the exception of the way Beulah looked, I think our buddy Jeff Jones kind of stole the show a couple of times.
Oh my gosh. Listen to you.
Yeah, I do. Listen, I'm going to talk as soon as we finish here, I'm going to call Jeff and I'll say, Jeff, did you oversell those spots a little bit, you think? Fuck.
We could call him and find out.
And put him on with us?
Nah, nobody wants him on.
No, okay, because he probably asked for money.
No, he's cool. I think, it would just start a whole new Matt Coon feud.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I kept Jeff in the divorce.
Yeah. I want to say something.
1, 2, 3. Are you still with us? Are you gotta talk to the wife? Don't you just yell to clean up the fucking dog hair and get back to your goddamn job here on Patreon?
Over the top. Look at this. It's a Patreon leg drop. Okay. Well, you know what, Conrad, as an old wise man once told me, I think about 20 minutes ago, it's an opinion. You can't please everyone. So if you're, look, see, there it is. That thing could have easily skipped right over the top and hit somebody. Here it is again. Sabu, oh man. Yeah, too much. But come on, guys, get through this replay. I want to see Francine. What the fuck are we doing? I got to see these 1,000 chair shots and table shots and Patreon nut shots and all this shit. Fuck. Let's go to Francine. Come on. They're going to show another one, aren't they? Don't you motherfuckers, don't you dare show another replay. Don't you dare. 3, 2, 1. They queued up another tape or are they going live? Oh, thank God that's over. So, chat me up about this, Conrad. Before we get to the match, how was the match received with Shane Douglas and Bam Bam Bigelow?
Not good. Too long is the common theme. They go 25 minutes. You know, Bigelow was north of 350. It's probably too long for him. It only gets a star in 3/4.
Okay. Wow. So not everything. And see, I had the impression back in the day when I was elsewhere and I didn't watch ECW, but I always had the impression that fans and Meltzer absolutely loved everything ECW did. Everything was 5 stars, everything. They loved it all. But apparently I was wrong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there were some things obviously they shit on.
I heard Schiavone up here talking shit on his podcast with that fucking fat fuck from Alabama, Conrad. I hear that talking about me, Taz. I told Conrad not to say my fucking name no more. Now I'm up here cutting a promo with a chew of tobacco in my mouth. No, they're not parking lot panties. It's tobacco. What are you looking at? Yeah, I used to have a podcast. Now I got a radio show. I turned this shit into a real hustle. Now I talk to the marks about sports, like lacrosse.
Well, I don't know what to say. Say something, Joey. There you go. Thank God.
So there's your next pay-per-view,
Yeah.
which we got to cover sometime.
Yeah.
Living Dangerously, which I believe happened on the day my grandmother died.
What is it about this pencil-thin mustache on our ring announcer here?
I don't know. He looks like he's a maitre d' or a porn actor or both.
Yeah, or
It's Bob Ortiz, by the way.
Bob Ortiz. Or maybe he is a refugee from Honduras. I don't know.
What do you think of this entrance set here?
It's unique. I like it, the fact that it has orange lights like we do in Patreon. That's our color.
It feels a lot like Jim Crockett Promotions, like a Starrcade set up from like 86.
Yeah. It's all what the budget will afford, right?
By the way, the little dude with the who's following Bam Bam to the ring.
Yeah.
That is the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commissioner. He was a big wrestling fan and just wanted to be around the business and would give ECW and various different folks who ran in Philadelphia a hard time. But I think he just really loved the business. Not a lot of people very positive about him.
Well, there's throughout the years, I have never heard anything good written or talked about when it comes to pro wrestling about a state athletic commission.
Accurate. I agree with that.
And I think we can call it like we see it here. A state athletic commission. They were just looking
For a payday.
Yeah, that's all.
And, you know, a lot of them were big wrestling fans. So they wanted to get pictures with the guys and hang around the guys and slide some $100 bills in their pocket every now and again and roll time.
And it is the main reason. I think it's well documented. I'm saying something I'm sure everybody knows. The main reason why Vince says we're not a sport, we are entertainment, because he wanted to get those motherfuckers off his back. And believe you me, they were motherfuckers.
So I want to tell you, this was a big show for ECW. It was a big crowd and it's in Pittsburgh, and Shane Douglas is local to the area. So he helped sort of co-promote this locally. And really wanted to pack the place, and it's his crowning moment. He is going to be challenging his nemesis and former member of the Triple Threat. Of course, he's out now, and it's a new era for the franchise. And this is supposed to be his crowning moment here in front of his hometown crowd. And Meltzer would remark in the Observer that it was sort of a tepid reaction. It wasn't the big pop. It wasn't Flair in Charlotte or Bret Hart in Calgary. I love this behind the scenes shot of him getting ready and coming through the curtain. Now that was very cool.
What's wrong with our girl here?
She's on crutches.
I know. Did somebody hurt her? Damn them. Damn them.
But I thought you don't hate the crutches because look what it does.
No, it poofs those things up.
What, the crutches?
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking right at the crutches right now. Absolutely.
Hey, what company do you think manufactured those crutches?
Oh, it's a company out of
City,
North
right?
out of North Lansdale, Pennsylvania. It's called Patreon Crutch Inc. As you know, we kind of rely on a Patreon crutch at times. Come on, give me the shot I'm looking for here, man. No, I'm not Bam Bam's head. Come on, motherfuckers, let's go. When you've got, there you go. Man, I got to say, I've seen a lot of people on crutches, but no one can work a crutch like Francine. Oh, God. What do you think Bam Bam's thinking? Man, she's thinking, man, look at her on them crutches, man. Man, look at her. Look at that girl. Huck. Why didn't I have Blue Chew with me? Why don't someone just backhand that athletic commission guy? She's not going to be able to get in the ring, is she? With those, oh man, we need Francine in the ring. We need Francine in the ring. Come on now. Ah, thank you, sweetheart. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Do you know what? I've seen pictures of her at autograph signings. She is still all the way live.
Are you on Blue Chew right now?
What's that?
You on Blue Chew right now?
No, but right now, no.
Okay.
She's my own personal Blue Chew. You see, if you know where I'm coming, but she's just all the way live and just.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I feel like you're having an aneurysm here.
Yeah, well, I don't get it. You see, and I don't get it. Why they don't show there? That's what I'm looking. That's the shot I'm looking for, kids. There you go. Do a slow reveal. Come on, man. When you got a beautiful woman, well, go take a look at ugly ass Shane Douglas. You got a beautiful woman, you got to show her. And look at that sign. You are in Francine territory. Or was that franchise territory? Welcome home, franchise. Okay.
I believe Shane Douglas still has that belt that is in Bam Bam's hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you offered to buy that from him?
Why would you assume that I would want to buy that belt?
Because you got a collection of like 5,000 belts, with the exception of one. You've got just about every belt you've ever wanted.
Which one have I wanted that I don't have?
The one that's full of dog hair up in an attic where rat shit's all over it. Right now.
Why are you letting the rat shit all over it?
Well,
I know that's what Klondike liked.
Okay. I don't tell the rats where to shit. You know, they shit where they want to shit.
Listen, speaking of shit.
Okay.
How about, and I couldn't believe it. So we get David Crockett snuck into the green room before the show, and you say, listen, I want to tell you why I told you Valerie shouldn't come.
His wife.
Our show is a little, well, it's dirty.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about nasty stuff. And we talk about Klondike Bill on the show, and immediately he goes, oh, the way he used to have those girls shit on the coffee tables. Like, oh my God. Like, that's not supposed to come out of David Crockett's mouth. And he knew exactly what we were talking about before we ever even met. Oh, the way he used to have those girls shit on the glass coffee tables. Unbelievable.
And I thought, I thought one of the great stories, and David told us some great stories. I thought one of the great stories, when David thinks about the great ribbers in the business, you know, we think about like Kurt Hennig, Mr. Fuji. He thinks about Johnny Valentine. And he tells us the story that they used to feed the wrestlers. The wrestlers would have, they would be at WRAL in Raleigh, and they would do interviews during the day and TV at night. So they would be there all day, and they would feed them buffet style. And Johnny Valentine a lot of times would shit in a cup. David didn't use the words. He said, do his business in a cup. But he would shit in a cup. And then as he would be going through the buffet line, like let's say there was country fried steak, he would dump his turds in the country fried steak and stir it up. And none of the, if Johnny Valentine was in line, you wouldn't eat that day. You made sure you were in line before Johnny Valentine. What type of person, Conrad, would it take to shit in country fried steak?
We'd have to ask Sean Waltman.
What does? Wait a minute. Is there a story that I don't know here?
Sean Waltman, when he was in the WWF, once shit in Mark Henry's sandwich. And Mark Henry ate it. Mark did not notice that it had shit in it. And it wasn't until they spoofed the Nation of Domination as part of DX, where he called himself Mizark and painted himself black and talked about eating shit, that the rib was revealed.
Wow.
And I'm happy to report Sean Waltman is still alive.
Jesus.
If there is one human that I would absolutely never shit in their food, it's Mark Henry.
Did he shit in there just to show everybody, well, I got balls, I'm going to do it? Or he had heat, he didn't like him, or just a rib? I don't know. What's the answer to that? I don't get it.
How about this? No matter what the answer is it, is it adequate?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like there is no answer. Like, no matter what the answer is, it's not sufficient. You're shitting in a dude's food.
Yeah. So we're talking about shit sandwiches here.
And Shane Douglas is having a match. Coincidence?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I got to tell you, I was a Shane Douglas mark in this era, and I'm not exactly sure why. I just know I was. I thought ECW convinced me that Taz and Shane Douglas, these guys, and Rob Van Dam, that they could go anywhere and be big stars anywhere.
Shane was, I can understand why you were Shane Douglas mark. God, he could talk. Anybody that could talk was over. What's he going to do? Was he threatening Francine?
Yes.
That motherfucker. Don't ever do that. She's a lady.
Why?
She's absolutely a lady. Yeah. Yeah, boy, you can tell they were given a lot of time for this match and knew it. And so they are just taking their time here to let the time go by.
Heyman would tell Dave Meltzer that the previous match was going nowhere. So they cut it short, and that extra time went here onto this match.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess that's a good excuse as any for a fucking match. It's still got about 20 minutes to go or so. Oh God. Yeah. You know, look, you got a guy the size of Bam Bam Bigelow. He can't give you long matches. I mean, he can give them to you, but he shouldn't be asked to, because you're going to get things like this. Just grabbing the top rope and leaning and driving a knee into the throat or something like that. Looks like we did. Looks like, yeah, and this obviously outside of Pittsburgh, we had some. Look at this! Wow, pickup. That's a pretty good spot. Referee, I'm gonna make it a fast count to get the fuck out of here. 2 count. Quite a look Bam Bam Bigelow had. He was ahead of his. Hello, girl. So Francine's going to be at WrestleCade.
Yep.
She gonna be there on Sunday.
I don't know. I'm not booking this.
I'm going to send her a message right now.
Why do you want to, what's the plan?
I want to meet her in person.
And do what?
I don't know. I mean, and do what? You don't have to ever, when you meet somebody in person, you don't have to do anything.
No, but I'm just saying, like, your goal is to drive to North Carolina to meet Francine.
No, my goal is to drive North Carolina, possibly get paid, and meet Francine.
Okay, now that makes sense. But why are you texting Francine? You should try to get booked. Why aren't you booked? How am I booked and Bruce is booked and you're not booked?
Well, because you know, well, you ever heard of the thing called being over? Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are over. Okay.
Oh, I think you're over too.
Yeah. Not to the extent of you motherfuckers. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Online, everybody says that me and you are doing the better podcast.
Unless we say Patreon, then they get pissed off. What
word are we not allowed to say?
Well, we can say motherfucker, but we can't say Patreon.
Oh, I see.
So I guess I'll go Pizatreon. Well, you know, our podcast is different. We're just a couple of guys, couple of friends sitting around watching wrestling together, talking about it, reacting to spots, shitting on things when we have to, fawning over beautiful women, busting each other's chops, talking about getting a hard on.
Oh. It is weird that you've started to talk about your Peter so much lately.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like okay. Let me try to explain this to you.
Okay.
My Peter, if I can use that term.
Yeah, you can.
It's kind of like my
superpower.
No, it's like the second toe on my left foot. My Peter is. Okay.
How do you mean?
I know it's there. I don't use it that much.
Huh.
That's what I mean.
But could you? We'll find out Sunday.
Now, you know what? I
Besides, you're not going. Did you change your mind?
Well, look, I know they have it during Thanksgiving weekend, and I know people have cabin fever during Thanksgiving weekend, and I guess that's a good time to have it. We're going to have family in, and I mean, I can't, say, hey, I'd like to have dinner with you guys again tonight, but I got to go meet Francine.
What's wrong with that?
Okay. Well, but with you and me as guys, ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm not so sure it would fly at the house. So,
I didn't realize that you were just trying to do what made Lois happy.
You see, you obviously haven't been married long enough. You'll learn.
I think you may have been married too long.
Can't argue with that one, buddy. Every time I look at your grinning face, you know what I'm thinking of?
What?
Mama Schiavone coming somebody. I'm going straight to hell.
Why?
Doesn't matter how many times I go to mass. Doesn't how many times I go to confession. Doesn't how many times I read scripture. When I get to the pearly gates, you know what God's going to say?
Mama Schiavone gummed one.
No, he's going to say, fuck you, you slapdick. Take off. Oh, well.
Well, you had a good run.
Yes, we're having fun. That's the good thing. God, we still got double digits to go in this match.
This is the match that never ends. Listen, I know you've had a lot of fun because I introduced you to two really hot shows, Barely Legal and then Heatwave 1998.
Right.
But now this.
Yeah. Well, you can't really listen. It is absolutely impossible. I really believe that it's impossible to continue to have 5-star shows, even 3-star shows every time. It's kind of like the movie industry, right? You come out and you have a movie that's a great movie. Then you say, okay, we're going to do Rocky 2.
Right.
And then you do Rocky 2 and they say, oh, that wasn't bad. And then you do Rocky 3 and they say, okay, that was okay. And then you hit Rocky 4 and you think, fuck. You should have stopped at Rocky 3.
No, that's not true. Rocky 4 is the best Rocky ever. Don't you fucking disparage Rocky 4.
Is that the one where
Ivan Drago, the Russian?
Yeah,
if he dies, he dies.
Apollo Creed died, right?
Yeah, spoiler.
Okay. Oh, is that a spoiler? Really? 30 years later? Okay.
Just wanted to. I'm sorry. I wanted you to laugh. It's my bad.
Okay. Living in America. Ow! I feel good. Dun, 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 dun. You think that's the best Rocky?
Yeah, without question.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You don't know.
I do.
Well, what's the best?
Number 1 is the best.
Oh, God damn. How
By fucking far.
No. Listen, not everybody listening to this was born in 53.
I know I'm in Pittsburgh and I'm doing a Philadelphia song. Adrian, I love you.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna have to watch it again. Yeah, Rocky won Best Picture. Won Best fucking picture.
What does that matter?
You think it doesn't matter?
No.
Then why all those slapdicks queue up in Los Angeles once a year around the end of March, 1st of April? Because it matters. Hey, look, the table got ECW spray painted on it. Oh God. Yeah, but look at people are not. I don't know if these people are leaving or not. But it's funny. They used to run through with a sign up and down on the aisleway there. Now they're just walking. After what we've seen with Sabu and Sandman, does this table really matter here at all?
See, I'm glad you mentioned that because look at the pop. It's one table, but because it was used as part of storytelling in a match,
yeah,
it was a high spot and everybody popped. Everybody stood and starts chanting and people are into it. But when they broke 9,000 before, they had what you would call
high spot fatigue, which
is available now at lowestrules.com. And if you can't buy a shirt, don't forget to support us on
Patron or Patreon, as we like to call it.
Man, this is a hell of a match.
It is.
Hey, hypothetically, if you were going to watch Rocky and some listeners wanted to do a watch along of Rocky with you, where could they do that?
At patreon.com/WHW Monday.
Where else could they hear you rant and rave about Judge Jeff Jones?
At patreon.com/WHW Monday.
Where can they find Slapdick Theater where you talk about Terry Taylor?
At patreon.com/WHW Monday. Hey, here's an idea. Give it to yourself for Christmas.
Give what to yourself for Christmas?
A subscription at patreon.com/WHW Monday. We're really kicking this into high gear, aren't we?
Well, listen, if you say Sabu, if Sabu and Sandman can do the same spot over and over, why can't we? By the way, why do you call him Sabu? His name is Sabu.
I don't know. Sabu. It depends.
It's just fun to me. You go Library, Yete,
Sabu.
Restaurants.
Restaurants.
You say restaurants like a fucking hillbilly. It's the,
Well, guess
what?
you know what?
Restaurants.
Here's what I want to do. Okay. I want you and I to take a road trip. Okay.
Oh,
another
God,
road trip.
not again.
Yeah, we need to take another road trip. And listen, our road trip was well received. Okay. We're going to take a road trip to my hometown of Craigsville, Virginia.
Oh, I can't wait to go there and just tell everybody how much they suck.
Okay. and then
where's Mama Schiavone? She needs to come over here and gum one.
But when we get there, all right, we do a video and take a look at the town of Craigsville, Virginia. Okay. If you think Guntersville, Alabama is redneck, you have no idea. You have no idea. Craigsville, Virginia trumps all. And I said the word Trump. I didn't mean political. I mean trumps all. So that's what we'll do. We'll take a road trip to Craigsville. Look at her hopping around on one leg.
Here comes Peter Cottontail.
Hopping down the bunny trail. Clippity cloppity, give me a blue chew.
Oh my gosh.
I'll chew it up and have another one. So I have a hard on till it's done. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. Blue chew.
Roll credits. You just did a hard-on Easter song. We can't beat that.
Well, I told you I'm going to hell. I might as well. I can go to confession this weekend. It doesn't matter.
My goodness.
Okay. So anyway, what were we talking about? I don't remember. Well, we're going to go to Craigsville and we're going to do that video. 1, 2. We'll talk to some of my friends who I grew up with because they're still there. They didn't know how to get out of town. How do you get out of town, Tony? Well, just like Conrad said, try the door. It worked for me. Just walk out, get in a car, and keep on fucking driving. That's how you get out of town. That's why I hear when people say, you know, in some movies, he was stuck in this town. He couldn't get out. You can get out. Just fucking get out. You can do it. You just get out. Just go. Stick your thumb out. Hitch a ride. Take a couple of dollars. Take a bus trip. Just get out of town. Start your life over. I got friends that I grew up with who are still in Craigsville, Virginia, who are my friends. Why? Well, because they couldn't get out. Fucking I got out. You can get out. You can change your life.
Oh my God. When did this become a fucking Tony Robbins seminar?
Well, about 13 minutes into this match, it became a Tony Robbins seminar. And hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pissed because I'm not seeing enough Francine. Look at this shot. You're telling me that's all you can show of Francine? Shit. If I'm the director here and I'm watching this match, I'm going to say, man, we need to focus on the girl with the crutches. Because why? Because those crutches are made for patreon.com /WHW Monday.
I can hear people clicking unsubscribe.
Click, 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 click. But Daddy, I want something for Christmas. Fuck that. Click, click, click. I'm going to follow Tony and Conrad. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Who's coming in? Chris Candido. And was that Lance Storm?
Yep. With the blonde rat tail.
Yeah. With the blonde rat tail. Oh, fuck. Shit. You know how throwing somebody out of the ring is dangerous enough, but throwing them over
the post,
throwing them, the post where you could slip, hit jaw first on the top of the post. Poor old Bam Bam's blowed up here, man. He's gone. Literally. See, look at him just leaning. Shh. He's just leaning, man. He's saying, man, thank God. Shane obviously gigged himself on that. Boy, did he ever. Holy shit. There's no more gigging anymore, is it? I don't even think they gig. Do they I don't even think they gig on independent shows anymore, do they?
You were just talking about Jimmy Havoc.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. He still gigs himself because he's England's most dangerous man. Because in England England they're different than we are.
Now listen, my mom was telling me about all their terroristic threats, and she read about how very recently they held a guy down and gave him a bunch of paper cuts and then squeezed him.
We're going to take care of the white imperialist pig. Give me your hand. Oh, somebody find me a lemon.
Yeah, Mom.
Oh, no, the humanity. Stop. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we just got from Al Jazeera TV. Can you believe what they're doing to the people now in England?
Yeah, my mom's going to give me a warning. Baby, you be careful now. They got citrus terrorists over there. Hold you down, squeeze lemons all over you. Like he's a damn lobster tail. Can't go to London town. Look at Francine hopping along.
Yeah.
Swinging that Patreon.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Don't you hurt her, you son of a bitch. Don't you hit her, you motherfucker. Fuck, he swung at her. Doesn't he know she's hurting? Fuck, thank goodness I wasn't there. I'd have rolled my fat ass in the ring and said, motherfucker, you blown up motherfucker, don't you ever hear her swing a crutch at her again. Even though that crutch is a patreon.com/WHW Monday crutch.
Oh, I hit him for real.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? That's what happens when you're 400 pounds and blowed up. You just say, fuck, I'll go hit him.
This is going to hurt. Sorry.
That's right.
I'm tired.
Yeah, he is too, man. Look at him, man. He's just like, fuck this, man. I'm 8 minutes used to be my max. What the fuck is going on? Jesus. Okay, I get it. I get it. I know why fans are shitting on this one. I get it. Wow. That's all I can say as well. I think what the funniest part of this now is that, wow, how about that Beal? Big Beal. That is a Beal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just want to make sure I got it right.
I mean, you're the fucking guy who calls matches.
Well, they used to say, Shemai didn't know the difference between a Beal and a hip toss. And I used to say, who gives a flying fuck? Just enjoy the match. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Worry about how I'm saying it. In other words, if I say hip toss or if I say Beal, that's not like me saying hip toss, Beal.
That's the finishing move. Magnum TA style.
Wow.
Belly to belly. But now can he cover him?
Okay. Well, the fans kind of getting in the finish right now.
Francine's responsible for that, by the way. Her beating on the apron has got everybody clapping in unison and getting with it.
Yeah. Yeah. She knows what's going on. She's very good at ringside. Not only beautiful, obviously, and not only am I obviously just drooling all over her, but she knows how to work a match as well. So we get remnants of a table. That's table number 35 that was broken by Sandman and Sabu. And I just thought he was going to sit his ass in that chair. It's what left of a chair and a table. The budget is called for 36 tables. We needed 37. So we'll just use the 36 table, what's left of it. Wow, there it is. 1, 2, 3. How about the reaction of the fans here, huh? That's pretty fucking good. And a new champion, Shane Douglas. So, Conrad, you end your pay-per-view, right? You end your pay-per-view like you with on a high note, right? Am I right?
Yeah, the
right,
hometown hero
wins
the world title in the main event. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Candido and Lance Storm try to celebrate with the new champion who is kind of down selling right now with Francine, and there it is. Shane Douglas gets the hero's raise, and his hand is in the air, and there's your ECW champion. All right, well, for all the bad things that were in this match, I like the end. I always like, what do you end with? Do you end with something good? You have them leave happy? I say yes. So, yeah, not the best pay-per-views in the world, pay-per-view in the world, but a very good ending for it.
Overall, of the 3 pay-per-views from ECW you've seen so far, where does this one rank?
Third out of 3. It's not the best one I've seen, but we did Barely Legal. What was the other one we did?
Heat Wave 1998.
Heat Wave 1998. I like that one. That was at the end where the Dudleys and all those crazy shots, and somebody gave a blow-up doll a pile driver. You can't beat that.
That was Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones.
So, when I look at my clock, feels like it's about that time.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is going to be a 6-man tag team match where it's going to be Jeff Jones, Conrad Thompson, and Taz going up against the Easter Bunny, Peter Cottontail, Francine, and Dave Silva. And here, hopping down the bunny trail is Peter Cottontail, and he mounts Dave Silva. Dave's got a big smile on his face. It looks like he's ready to eat a fucking burrito. And we're out of time. We'll see you next week on What Happened When Monday on
Patron.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. In a world where the internet rules everything, there is only one website that has it all. Patreon.com/WHW Monday. Starring Promoter of the Year, Conrad Thompson, and 16-time Slapdick of the Year winner, Tony Schiavone, with all the bonus features, including full-length documentaries starring Lois, outtakes, deleted scenes, episode commentary from his dog, his kid, and Dave Silva. And just when you thought it was safe to stay off the internet, the creators of What Happened When bring you back to LoisRules.com. Experience all the t-shirts, all the excitement, and all the cotton over at LoisRules.com. This holiday season, from visionary podcaster and promoter of the year, Conrad Thompson, comes the most joyous event you could possibly imagine. Something to wrestle with, 83 weeks, and What Happened When all invite you to the biggest gimmick yet. Boxofgimmicks.com, the most fun you can have holiday shopping. There's only one place you can go to get the experience, the joy, the magic, the selling out. Boxofgimmicks.com. 'Tis the season to go dooting.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, you slapdicks!
In a world, in a time, in a world, in a time, in no time, in no world, comes What Happened When Live. Tony Schiavone, Conrad Thompson, on stage one night in a place called Nashville, in another place called Zany's Comedy Club. Tony and Conrad live on stage for the first time ever. Again, December 16th. Get your tickets now at lowkeybighog.com.